What's up, party people?
Yeah. What's up, Chef?
Welcome in, welcome in. Couple minutes to let the room warm up. Guys, we got a good one for you today.
What's up, Billy? Stuff, why do you hate Whatnot now? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in.
What's up, party people? Party
Thank
people.
you for joining us. What's up, Abella? Milkman. Rock my socks. Live to love. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a good show today. Whistle,
Yeah, we got a good
I'm
show.
always worried about you.
Whistle.
How come, see, the problem with this is that it's like a phone. You have to be like in my other account to do it from there. So you're just gonna do this.
All right. Guys, we're trying to figure out the right music for this thing, so.
You got us like down. You can see my feet. You can see my feet and everything. That's not gonna work.
Guys, look at her feet. Look at her toes.
I've been going back and forth with support for weeks now.
How about now? How about now?
No, you can see. You can't see in there?
Yeah, I can see everything.
Just come closer. And you can see the handle.
You can see the handle.
I know, I'm giving away for free. What am I doing? What am I thinking? All right, I have to read what you were saying. I've been going back and forth with support for weeks now, and because USPS still hasn't delivered those orders, my seller rating has dropped.
Your seller rating wasn't that good to begin with.
Stop it.
I'm kidding. I know. It's a sensitive matter.
Huh? Flip it.
Flip it?
Yeah, do it the way we originally do it. I'm trying to be different this
time.
How
about now?
There we go.
Can you see?
That's money on the floor.
Can you see?
Yes. So now just come this way a little bit. There you go.
Is it good?
Better. Yep. That's better.
Is that straight?
I think so. Do we like her on a tilt? No, we don't. Hey. Watch yourself.
All right, what we got? Let's see.
Now that you guys are done looking at my feet. Thanks, Bill.
Guys, is anyone willing to pay for feet pics in here? Because we're trying to raise some money for our trips to Vegas for the baby shower and the baby birth coming up. So
we're trying to raise some money?
Yeah, we're willing to pay. We're willing to get you some feet finders stuff. First of all, how do you know about that?
All right, you got to send me the info on that.
Okay, first of all,
I'm in.
How do you know about that? That's the question I have. Right. So
guys, welcome. How's everybody's week been? Getting that givey.
Guys, we got a good show lined up for you today. I have a bunch of questions I need to ask you guys, right?
You want to do poll questions, or do you want to just kind of feed off the chat?
How do I get out of this so I can see the string?
You're just gonna have to do this.
No, I'm here.
I can't because I can't log in there. So you just have to do this. Right here. Oh wait, that still didn't work right. Hold on. Give me.
All right, so guys, episode number 5 of the Revised podcast. I feel like I need to be able. Can you switch over?
I sure can.
There you go, right there. You're good. Episode 5 of the Revised podcast. BlackBirdCollectibles is going to be on today. Just not good with the technology.
Got it. You're not good. You're the one that caused this issue by trying to be different.
This is so much better.
Oh,
so BlackBirdCollectibles is going to be on today, guys. We're going to find out how they went from 12,000 followers. What are they at? 30,000?
35,000.
35,000 followers, and they did that probably in 9 months, I'm guessing.
If they grinded, I mean, they really did.
Yeah, I don't. We got to find out, guys, because
we can't wait to get into it.
That's a lot of followers, and now they're on every day, pretty much. It seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what we're finding is the big contributor, guys, to building your following. Run.
It's feet pics.
It's feet pics. No, it's running.
Yeah.
It's running shows.
Feet pics. I got feet pics.
You do? Definitely feet pics.
Feet pics.
Bill's got Flintstone feet.
My feet are amazing. Hater.
But yeah,
All right.
we're gonna do that. She's gonna be here around 5:50 as usual.
Yeah, so
Yeah, she'll be popping in.
She's gonna do mail time today, which is cool.
She's gonna do mail time, and we also have some of our boxes out to do mail time as well.
Just in case.
Yeah, and we could do those too because we know everybody loves that segment.
So, quick update before we jump in. First and foremost, we have a Pokemon show tomorrow, so you definitely want to be there for that. I got some sad news.
Oh, you want to tell them? I'm telling your grading story. We got story time, guys. Story time.
All right. So for everyone, first of all, share the chat, guys. We need to get like 18,000 people in here. We're at like 20, so we need 17,980 more.
20.
If you guys remember, we had the crazy Pokemon collection from Iowa. If you don't know, we had a crazy Pokemon collection from Iowa. And we sold a bunch of cards that were just amazing condition. We kept some for ourselves, as everyone knows, and we sent them to grading. So right before you guys called, for anyone that is interested, which I would imagine if you're into cards, you would be interested. And if you're into grading cards, you're going to be interested. We went through GameStop. Has anyone in here, first and foremost, has anyone in here submitted through GameStop? Has anyone submitted cards for grading to PSA
Diaz
through GameStop? Okay. So Diaz, anybody else? Because I'm going to give you guys some information that you may not have, and you are going to wish that you had it. Not that there's anything tragic, but it could be tragic. Okay, so anybody else? Diaz, We Bought It, what's up, man? We just saw them. Guys, make sure you follow We Bought It. We saw them at the storage auction earlier. They weren't stingy this week. I don't think they bought anything, but they were less stingy this week than they were last week. So make sure you guys follow them. They're Jacksonville local. So
why do you say stingy? Is nothing stopping you from bidding?
Well, I feel like when I bid, everybody shouldn't bid, so I can get it for low.
Oh, that's how you think it is after all these years? You think that's how it works?
That's not the way it should be?
No.
All right, anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, so no one else. All right, so we're going to go with one person because this information is universal. So we submitted 20 what I believe to be ultimate minty cards to PSA through GameStop. So if you guys didn't know, rather than submitting directly to PSA, you can go to GameStop. You can buy a $24 annual membership. The submissions at the time we submitted, which is 2 months ago, $18. And supposedly the turnaround time is better. So we submitted on February.
I feel like the turnaround was fast.
April, May. March 5th. And we got our grades back today.
Yeah.
Kacheen. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we submitted on March 5th. We got our grades back today. Now, when you submit, here's what I recommend. When we went to the store, I took my ultra minty cards that I had looked at 10 times. I cleaned every card. I prepped them. Guys, trust me, a lot of hours. I did everything you're supposed to do. They take pictures.
PSA. It was PSA.
Right, to PSA.
Yeah.
Right, PSA. GameStop only submits to PSA. Right, they have a agreement.
We're talking about grading right now, guys.
Yeah, we're talking about grading. If you're just coming in, if you guys are submitting cards through GameStop to PSA, this is a public service announcement. PSA, public service announcement. See what I did there?
Nice.
Okay. Anyhow, I don't know what the hell's going on. So they take pictures, and you don't get a copy of those pictures. So you can go to the GameStop account, you can look at the progress of your cards, but you don't get the pictures that they take when you go to submit them initially.
That they take.
Right, that they're taken for you, correct?
Right. Kind of like a receipt, kind of like a photo receipt.
That's correct. So guys, if I were a younger person, I probably would grab a bulldozer and drive it right through the front door of GameStop.
He's just kidding, guys.
I wouldn't do that.
He's not violent.
Mentally, I would do that. Okay. So I got one Gem Mint 10 on a Charizard, and I got a bunch of 9s. I got a 9 on a base set Charizard, which is still a $2,400 card. And I got some 6s and 7s, guys.
You got 1 6. We got 1 6.
Yeah, and that's on the base set. That was on the base set Charizard.
And then there were some
guys. When I tell you that this Charizard, you're going to have to convince me that something happened.
Yes, Adamus. Of course he misses you. It's all he does is talk about you.
So yeah, but this 8,
it's okay.
I get it. 6, not acceptable. So here's the public service announcement. So first of all, if you look at the scans that they give you, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a 6. So I have to wait until I get the card physically in my hand. This was the update on the website where you can click on a picture and it tells you the grades.
This is actually important information,
right.
guys.
Yeah, this is super important, guys. This is not like BS story time. So my thought is something went wrong because I have the pictures of the cards that I submitted. PSA has a picture of the cards that they received from GameStop. GameStop has a picture of the cards that they took when I was there before they submitted them to PSA. But I don't have proof of anything other than the fact that I watched the manager take the pictures, but I don't have proof that the cards they sent are the ones that PSA received. And I'm not saying that anything nefarious happened. What I'm saying is that if I want to check PSA's results against the pictures that were sent from GameStop, you can't get them. There's no security feature there, guys. So right now I'm battling with corporate to find out somebody has the pictures of those cards when they were submitted. So I got to find out why a card got a 6 that was centered correctly, no dings, no white, no hollow scratch, minty, right? So anyhow, the point I'm telling you is this, guys.
No, they've been graded. We got them. They're
yeah,
complete.
we got the grades back today.
We're past that point. They're saying that they can't provide basically any photo receipts that they took.
Right. So in other words, there is no security measure for us as the people who are submitting the cards to get the pictures that were taken at the time of submission to PSA on behalf of GameStop.
They almost have to have like some kind of mechanism where when you drop your cards off,
they should just upload them to
well,
your
there should
account.
be a timestamp. There should be some
Correct.
kind of receipt.
So here's the public service announcement, guys, and we'll move on because this is super important. And why is this important? The difference between a PSA 10, as you guys know, on a base set Charizard is 5,000 versus 2,200 at a 9.
Right.
So that alone, you need to have some security measures. But take your pictures when you submit in store through GameStop.
On the counter or something.
On the counter.
Yeah.
Take your own pictures front and back, number your cards so that if anything happens, at least you can prove that the cards that you were submitted or that you submitted to PSA are actually the cards that were graded, and or that PSA didn't mess up your cards and ding the corner or whatever the case may be, because there's plenty of horror stories out there. So bottom line is, guys, don't trust the process because you're going to be asked out with no way to reconcile your problem. So anyhow, that's our PSA for today.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that being said, Pokemon show tomorrow, guys. Listen.
And guys, if we're not, I also want to say this too. If during our podcast, if we aren't answering questions or responding, especially when the guest host comes on, it's very hard for us to pay attention to the chat and have like a full attention conversation. It's something that I wanted to mention before. So don't think we're ignoring you. We're not. We're just trying to give that guest host their time and undivided attention during the conversation, which we hope if we do that, that's actually better for you guys on the receiving end, because we can actually keep up with the conversation and drop those nuggets of knowledge as we're doing it.
And then what we'll do is, what we've made a commitment to doing is we'll integrate times into the show where we ask you guys, what questions would you like to ask the host? You can ask those questions. Our mod will help collate those questions, and then basically you'll be talking directly to them.
Yeah, and Whistling's in here. She comes in our show every time. I mod her. She also will post some
Woo-wee, let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready for
Woo-wee.
I'm ready for her.
She's got to say that at least 5 times a day.
We're gonna make her.
All right.
She's at the eye doctor. She might be a couple minutes late.
Yeah.
She didn't realize she couldn't get it. She actually scratched her eye. So we hope she's okay, but she might be a couple minutes late. But that's okay because we got a few things to talk about.
And hopefully she's wearing an eye patch because we can not wearing an eye patch because otherwise we can make fun of her.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
It's an eye patch. It just comes out. Like, I don't even understand.
People make fun of me.
Shit you say sometimes.
You guys make fun of me when I'm on stream.
I just can't. Somebody help.
All right, whatever.
Help. SOS.
See, Frank has a wooden leg.
I have a wooden leg.
Is it pretty? Is it pretty boy Frank?
Handsome Frank.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, guys.
Frank.
So Pokemon show tomorrow.
Where's the yodeling pickle? Girl, I got you.
Pokemon show tomorrow. Fabric show on 5/3. Guys, vinyl show. Listen, if you're into vinyl, you see all this back here? We have like literally 6,000 in our personal collection.
We're going to be moving, so we're paring down the collection.
We're going to pare down the collection, guys. So that's all of our PC right there. All original. There's like 6 reprints in there. The rest of them are OG, so you want to be there for that. And a heads up, just another public service announcement. We had our thermal printer go down, and we're looking for another thermal printer. They're $53 right now on Amazon. Oh,
nice. So if you need
guys, if you need a thermal printer,
message us. We'll send you the link.
Yeah, $53. You got to do it.
Yep. And if you're not using one, you're going to want to.
Yeah, if you're not using one. And don't forget, guys.
Absolutely. But Bella, come visit us. I saw that question. She said, do you want me to bring the rest of my vinyl? Yes. If you want to come hang out with us and bring your vinyl, come on during our show. That'd be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we love vinyl. We love vinyl. And I just found a badass 1970 Pioneer 4-channel receiver. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Anyhow,
they saw it.
Well, some people saw it. All right, guys. So seller of the week last week was a little bit of everything.
Spotlight seller. A little bit of everything.
So we want to give a shout out to a little bit of everything for their packaging and commitment to making sure you get your stuff on time and packaged well.
She said she wants to be out of the vinyl business.
What? Be Bella, you don't understand. The vinyl business is tough right now. All right, guys. So don't forget, what time is it? In a couple of minutes, depending on what's going on with Blackbird, she'll be on. So a couple things we need to go through. We went to the storage auctions today, and we
Bill bitch swiped. Bill bitch swiped.
What's a bitch swipe? You gotta let them know what a bitch swipe
is. Okay, so did we tell this story about the bitch swipe? So when something's going on,
you call me a bitch?
Yeah, you bitch swiped.
Okay,
totally bitch swiped. So there'll be something, and I'm screaming at him to buy something. Right? As the auction is going.
You see that?
As the auction is going, I'm telling him, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, don't let that go. Don't let that go. And it'll come right to the end, and he'll like.
Here's what it looks like.
He'll go, like he pretends like,
I pretend like
I don't know what happened. I couldn't swipe. I was like, you just freaking bitch swiped.
It's not a hard definitive swipe. Guys, how many people in this chat have bitch swiped? How many people in this chat have bitch swiped on the app?
Natural state of high. What's up, girl?
Natural, what's up? See, everybody.
We got swipe.
Frank,
me on your stream.
Thanks. Right? I'm not. Come on, Limitless. Am I lying right now? Tell me you guys haven't bitch swiped.
He's like, and then he looks at me, and I'm like, you know you bitch swiped just then.
Guys.
You know you did. He's like, I tried.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't try.
You did not
try.
It was a straight bitch swipe.
So you bitch swiped today at the storage auction. That's what you did. So he didn't buy any units today, guys.
No units today. No units today. I bitch swiped.
But I want to talk about the fundraiser. Guys, if you were there at our fundraiser, during that whole fundraiser for Kebab Treasures and her daughter, I just want to let you guys know that I have new information on that. If you were in our show, first of all day long, second of all.
I do not. My nails are...
We want to thank you so much because the amount of support that you guys gave to raise money for one of our own that's going through a tough time, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
that was probably... I think it was. That was our best moment on this app so far, and we've been on it for a little over a year.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
You are absolutely the best. All of you. It was amazing.
That contributed throughout the whole day, you need to give yourself a pat on the back.
Sellers, the buyers. Yeah. I mean, you guys we really came together, and it was amazing to see.
Yeah. For those of you guys who contributed in our stream, a special thanks because
it happened in our stream, but a lot of those people, helping us support someone else. It was just off the chain, so amazing.
You want to tell them what we were able to accomplish?
So what we accomplished is, yes, I got new news. So we found out that we raised enough where she is only $1,500 short of having everything paid for.
Guys,
her travel, her medical bills,
donated
everything.
a plane ticket.
I was going to say that too.
Right.
Someone even donated their flights to get where they need to. I mean, guys,
give
honestly,
yourself a hand.
It was amazing.
Are they giving themselves a hand right now?
I don't know, but I'm just going to be like,
I can see you guys giving yourselves a hand. Seriously, that was amazing.
So awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. So,
Wilson said, "I know Bill isn't rushing me to story."
No,
it was awesome. It really was. So you guys, thank you, really from the bottom of our hearts. And we'll just keep her daughter in our prayers until she gets through it all and gets it fixed.
Guys, and you know how much it costs to have surgery cash out of pocket.
Yeah, because this.
I don't know what the actual number is, but I do know that the effort left them just under $1,500 short, so it had to be a big number.
So it's great. It's just great. So good job, guys. Bill, shave your head and cut your nails.
All right, listen.
He already has.
First of all, let's get something clear, guys.
He already has.
Let's get something clear. Okay?
This dude's got one of the cleanest hands on the
I'm
app.
clean.
I always say that.
I'm shaving. I smell good.
You do actually.
I got some deodorant on today. All right, guys. Do we have any other?
False.
mods in here that can kick another mod out?
Miss Big Papa Pump, hello.
Miss Big Papa Pump. So
We love you, Billy. No, seriously, you guys. Honestly, it was so amazing.
yeah,
it was
appreciate
awesome.
the share, yes.
It was so awesome.
All right, so yeah, thank you guys. Thank
So
you
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, that was
one of
an
the most
amazing show of effort.
best moments ever.
And it's even more amazing to know that, God forbid, any of us collectively were ever in a situation where we needed help. You have a community of people that are willing to step in and do what they have to do. That's actually amazing.
So, and I didn't even talk to you about this. It's something else I wanted to bring up. So, as you guys know, our granddaughter will be here. She's due July 13th.
Lily,
stop saying that. We already had this discussion. Her name is Lily. But
spelled with one L, guys. I'm afraid that people are going to call her Lily.
No, but I just want to bring this up. So we need some ideas because he's staying here. He's not going. I'm flying to Vegas to be there for her baby shower, just a baby shower. I'm going to be gone for a week, which takes me away on 2 Thursdays in a row. What I think I want to do, I know it's not our normal, and we can throw ideas around. I know it's not our normal course of action, but I think what we might do is actually do a real seller help those 2 Thursdays where you and I can co-host, be on there, and just do a full-blown seller help while I'm there. We just won't have guests there because we really want to be able to both be here to talk to our guest hosts. So what do you guys think about that?
You're saying you don't trust me about myself?
Oh, we just got a raid.
All right, who
rated us?
Who rated in?
Thank you so much.
Who rated in?
Welcome to the BuzzChat, y'all.
Oh, Acquired to Fire. Acquired to Fire. First of all, let's find.
Acquired at Fire.
All right, guys. First of all,
thank you so much.
You guys are rating into the BuzzChat podcast, so let's see who you are. Oh, Michael, appreciate you. You have your whole name in there. I know you. I see your government name. 5.0 rating, 13K sold, 5.9 followers. Fun. Hold on. Yeah, we'll give him a follow.
I'm giving him a follow.
Here to provide a fun and wide variety of sports cards and random obscurities. That sounds like, tons of giveaways. Oh, we have a giveaway conversation. You're going to want to hold in for this.
Oh, yeah, we want to talk about that too, right?
Michael, thank you very much, guys. Please follow Acquired at Fire.
We really appreciate you rating.
Yeah, so guys, if you're rating in, this is the B-Sport Buzzcast. Today, if you know them, we are going to be interviewing, when she pops in, Blackbird Collectibles. Correct. Which, if you're just popping in, then you get to, as well as us, get to find out how they went from 13,000 followers.
I don't even think they had that much.
To over 30,000 followers, probably. They're at
35,000.
Probably in about a half a year, guys. You got to want to know that.
That is a grind.
That
is an absolute grind. So we got to.
So appreciate you.
Yeah, Blackbird's amazing.
Yeah, Blackbird's
awesome.
Cool. Woo, let's go. All right, guys. So we got.
So I want to talk about that. See what you guys think about in the chat. Actually, I'll do a poll. You go ahead and.
All right. So while she's on the poll, let me do the rest of today. We have some good stuff, guys. Check this out. First of all, we got a new logo coming, and we have new merch coming. So in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have shirts, stickers, and all kinds of stuff, and probably a dancing bear, all kinds of stuff. So you guys got to be on the lookout for that. Got a feedback update. I got a bone to pick. Okay. We got our first 1-star feedback. I think it was whistling under a different account. I'm pretty sure it's freaking whistling duck under a different account or stuff. Okay. All right. So we got our first 1-star feedback. And guys, this is a question. Okay. We got our first 1-star feedback ever. Okay. Now, we're not above making mistakes. Here's the challenge. Remember, we were talking about this last week, is grace. If there's a problem, and chat, you guys let us know what you think. If there is a problem, you always give people a chance to resolve it.
We always do.
Well,
we always do.
The general consensus should be,
right.
Give people a chance to fix whatever problem, especially if you don't know if you don't know what the problem is.
Make it right. We always make it right.
Okay, so we don't know what the problem is. The person didn't respond. 1 star is 1 star. It doesn't change you, but it's just, it sucks to see.
Well, they never wrote us or anything.
Right. They never reached out to us. And now, chat, this is a question that hopefully you can help us answer. Frankie, didn't you get a a wedding gift or a potential wedding gift, you can't get anything
He
else.
bought it. He bought his own wedding gift.
You can't get anything else, man. You know what? You're very needy. You were needy last night. You're needy today. All right. Guys, so we looked for the person just to see who it was. We couldn't find their name anywhere for the last 90 days. So my question is to you. This is a legitimate question. If someone changes their name, how would you be able to find them to address, let's say, negative feedback? Does anyone know the answer to that question? That's why you're getting married. Yes.
Yeah, but they have to have bought something.
They have to have bought something, or we did whistling. We looked at our order.
Well, you guys can go see it on our profile. You can see it, and you can see my response. I basically said I looked everywhere for his order because I wanted to see what happened because he said he never received it. Guys, you know we ship out the next day, if not the next. We are on it on our shipping. But things happen. Believe me, we've had packages lost. It just happens. Yeah, you guys know how.
Yeah, anybody that sells knows that. Well, stuff is going through it right now.
Right, he's going through it right now. So
stuff is going through it right now.
He basically said that he just put never received it 1 star, and I'm like, okay, like that doesn't.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we would have helped you. Why didn't you reach out?
We can't solve that problem.
If we had one more of whatever, we don't even know what you bought. If we had one more of what you bought, we would send it out, or I have tipped people their money back before. If something gets lost, like we do whatever we can to make things right. And
well, that's what I'm saying.
All we're saying is that have some grace and give sellers a chance, guys. And listen, I'm not saying all sellers will make it right because they won't. And that's some of the stuff that we try to navigate through and talk about on the podcast.
Well,
but at least try to communicate and see if that seller will.
Well, here's the other thing. So let's fast forward past that because we've talked about that, right? That's important. Try to give people a chance to resolve. I'm still trying to figure out how come we can't find this person. If they change their name, guys, would we be able to find them?
No, because here's the deal.
Thank you, honeybee.
Just like I put in my review, it's one of two things. Either it was over 3 months ago.
Look at Tara Lynn, super detective. Thank you, Tara Lynn.
It was either she found somebody? It was either
it says the profile says the seller's on vacation. So Tara Lynn,
yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. So it's one of two things. Either he changed his username or it was over 3 months ago, because if there is an order over 3 months ago, I can't find it in our system.
Well, that's what Whistling said. It had,
yeah, it had to be a long time ago.
No, she said it has to be in the last 90 days.
Right.
All right. Anyhow, guys, I'm just curious because, because I just want to know what it was. Because, guys, here's the whole thing, which is the topic of today's conversation before we get to Whistling, before we get to Blackbird. Whistling. See, you're renting space in my head. We do a lot of giveaways. And sometimes people win giveaways that aren't associated with buying, and that's a whole different process. Plus, you can't track the white envelope. There's no tracking.
Correct. It's just first.
Okay.
Right.
Which is why we started going to digital, because you can track that. Whereas if I send you a gift card through an envelope, you can't really track that.
But we haven't had any problems with that.
Well, we don't know. This could be.
Oh, that could be one of them.
That's my point, guys.
Oh, I see.
So, all food for thought, guys.
But it would still come up. Even if that was what it is.
He could say he didn't receive it, and we have no way of proving that he didn't receive it. That's my point.
Right. Yeah.
So, guys, anyhow, just something to think about. I just want to know what we did wrong so we can fix it. So there you go. All right.
Just give peace a chance, guys. Give peace a chance. That's all we're asking.
All right. And then if they don't respond, then
fair game. Then fair game. If the seller doesn't step up and do what they need to do to make it right, then by all means, fair game. Do what you have to do.
So, who in the chat does a lot of giveaways? Okay, and then this is important. In my opinion, we sat and did this yesterday, and it was eye-opening for us. You kind of know it.
Do you have those numbers? I'm going to get them.
I know what they are.
You know what they are? You remember?
Okay. I know what they are. All right, guys. Who in the chat does giveaways? All right, so Queen Janine. By the way, thank you, Queen Janine. Appreciate you. Luna Loot does it. Spudweiser. Not to be confused with Budweiser.
I only do occasional buyer giveaways. Okay.
Okay.
I do me.
All right. Free things. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you guys track how much money giveaways actually cost you?
Like down to the bone. Down to how much each envelope costs.
Okay.
Everything.
So Digging for Gold says yes. What's up, Digging? I didn't see you early. Diaz says no. Whistling says yes. We bought it at $7.
Nope.
Luna Loot says don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what we.
Luna, we call that the ostrich effect. Just stick your head in the sand, and that's what we did. Blackbird is going to be.
She's going to be coming on soon, guys.
All right. So before she comes on, just guys,
do it.
We are still growing as sellers.
Right.
So none of this is like, hey, do this because we're doing great. We're still growing, guys. We had a show last night. The bids were low. I have another question I'll ask later, but it's just one of those shows. So we're all still growing. We calculated yesterday that last year we did. Now, guys, this is not including the PS5 giveaways.
No, it's not even the
This
big
is not
switches,
including the switches. It's
the
not
$250
including
of
jackets.
gift cards.
Guys, we gave away
a $400 jacket.
$7,200 in gift cards last year.
Just the regular giveies. That's not the buyers.
Yeah, there's no buyers giveies.
No, that's not even the big ones that we do.
Just
regular.
This wasn't even the threshold shows where we gave away when we did 40 giveaways that time. This wasn't the $300 Levi jacket
none of that.
we gave
none
away.
Of that. This is strictly
this is not random stuff.
Just
guys,
like a regular give you were running right now.
$7,200 in giveaways last year.
Madness.
Okay. If you don't see the look on my face, this is not a brag post. Okay, this is a holy shit. This is ostrich head in the sand.
Right.
So, what do we do about that, right?
Well, there was two things. There's two conclusions that we came to. Is that as a business owner, as someone who has to market their business, and unfortunately, but fortunately, giveys are one of those things to help you market your business. What we've come to terms with is that we should not be sending anything out unless we are marketing ourselves. There has to be a piece of marketing attached to that cost.
Right.
Because if you don't, that's just a bad business move. That's
so chat. So to that point, and this is a group think, right? A think tank, as we used to call it in the insurance business. How do we accomplish both things? Because the argument that Nita has, which I think is a solid argument, is when you're doing giveaways, it does move you up in the algorithm.
It absolutely does. Right.
For those that don't know that, or maybe not have considered that, there is some science that says when you're running giveaways, it moves you up in the algorithm. Does anyone agree with that? Has anyone heard that? Okay.
Yeah, that's not just a rumor. That's actually.
So how do we accomplish both things, guys? Because I can tell you, I love you guys. I do. I mean, that's why.
We don't even think twice about doing giveaways. I mean, guys, clearly.
I don't know if you see this. This is our Hoods for Heroes. This is our nonprofit we started. We did $1 million worth of life-saving equipment to firefighters. So this is not our first run at giving things away, doing charity.
No, we're generous.
We've been doing that for years and years and years, guys. Yeah. So
it's not that. It's
so how do we accomplish both, right?
Right.
But the first thing that we noticed, and this was 8 months ago, for those that didn't hear this story before, and we actually had someone say this a couple of nights ago, they were still sending gift cards with a regular label, right? Meaning they're paying, was it $4.20?
Yeah, it was $4.70 something. We did that in the beginning until I figured it out.
We did that for 6 months.
Until I figured out the first class envelope.
Right,
yeah.
So first class envelope, guys, if you're sending out stickers, small patches, gift cards.
69 cents.
69 cents first class envelope. So that is the only thing we can offer as a suggestion right off the rip that will save you money.
Right.
And what we figured is that...
we should own stock in Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks owes us some cafe latte, venti latte, whatever the hell they're called. All right, guys. So that's the question. Let's see what kind of answers.
There's all kinds of good information.
Says add more giveaways and more bookmarks, bigger shows. That's what I do. That way you can mark at the same time. Okay. People save them and save searches, and also Discord groups for high value. Yes. So in case you guys don't know, so Stuff said that. So Stuff for me. I did not know this because I don't think this way. But I learned a couple of months ago that there are Discord groups that if someone's giving away a PS5, a Switch, they'll actually raid your show with a bunch of people that are there just for giveys. However, we have the Givey Killer.
The Givey Killer?
Well, the Givey Goblin Killer.
Oh.
Guys, should we announce it?
Oh, you're talking about the buyers, the way we do our buyers?
Yeah, should we announce it?
I don't care.
Okay.
We don't even know if it works. It's just something we try to do to make it.
It has to work.
Well, unless we pick the one that they just happen to pick too. They can randomly go in.
You got a better chance of lightning striking in the bottom. Yeah. Okay, guys. You want to know what the Givey Goblin? All right, guys. Let's see. Who's mine? Tara Lynn. Stuff for me. Anybody kick whistling out of this chat right now. Please. I will give you right now 5 Starbucks gift cards if you kick whistling out of the chat. Okay. All right. So
Billy's got it. Billy's on it.
all right,
He's
Billy,
on
I
it.
appreciate you,
He's
bro.
on it.
All right. So anybody want to know what the Gibby Goblin
guys.
Killer is? Anybody know what that is? Anybody in the chat?
Well, I don't know that it's a killer. You cannot say that it is an absolute killer. It is a deterrent.
I can tell you that it's like 7 locks on your front door. It's a high deterrent.
It's a deterrent, is what it is.
Well, I'm going to say it's a Gibby Goblin Killer. Anybody know what that is? Okay. Bingo. There it is.
Somebody said it?
Yep.
Where I made like 100 buy Gibbies, and now so dang, real. See, there you go.
Well, that's lightning in a bottle.
See?
That's
there you go.
No, Queen.
But that's what it is.
Because remember, once the show comes out, if you announce, okay, remember guys when we did our PS5 giveaway, well, one of 4 that we've done so far. The minute that we put it in our thumbnail, or the minute that show starts, they can start filling forms.
Yes.
So if your show is 2 hours long, they can fill forms minute 1.
Well, there is actually a workaround now. Whatnot has kind of created a workaround a little bit.
Oh yes, there's another workaround.
So,
but let's go back to I call the Gibby Goblin Killer. What we do is we created, and we got this from someone else. We created 100 buyers giveaways.
There's Blackbird. There she is.
Blackbird coming in.
Let's just get her in. Should we get her in, or do you want to finish saying what you're saying?
Well, we got to get her in and get her on because she's got a story to tell.
I hope she's doing all right.
Anyhow, guys, we created 100 buyers giveaways, and you randomly choose one. So if someone is talented enough to form fill 100 buyers giveaways, then they deserve to be a Gibby Goblin. So that's just our thought. So that's how you can get around it.
Let's see if we can get her on.
I know form filling is frowned upon, but it's not.
Hey. Hi.
Blackbird.
Hi. How's your eyeball? You're breaking up a little. You're breaking up a little bit. You're kind of laggy.
Yeah, you're choppy on your end.
Yeah, it sounds like you're. Oh, wait, she's coming back.
She's back. It's gone. She's back.
The right Wi-Fi.
That's better.
Okay. All right. Got it. Got it. Get out here.
Hi.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you doing? So is the eye okay?
The eye is scratched really bad. Really bad. I can't really see out of this eye too well. She put some drops in it and stung like a freaking mother, you know what? But it's okay.
Will it at least numb it and give you some relief?
I have to go pick up some prescription after I'm done with this, and then it's antibiotics and stuff because it's just an inflammation. It's not anything like pink eye or anything like that. So
right.
I don't even know how it's. Huh?
You have no idea what you did?
No. I don't remember scratching and nothing.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
As someone that's had to deal with eye issues my entire life, I hope you feel better.
He has much sympathy.
Eye issues are no joke.
Thank you.
No joke, so.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're glad you made it. We're glad that you're
Thank you. I'm late to the party, but
guys, if you
I'm always late to the party now.
Collectibles, be sure to do that right now.
Yeah, guys, make sure you give Blackbird a follow. Well, Blackbird, we need to borrow some followers. So give them a follow, and then she's going to lend us some followers. So hopefully that works out. So we'll buy some. On the dollar. So
we're just in awe about you and you guys and your grind. I mean, that's just,
you're a grinder,
you're at 35,000 followers plus now, and you've been at it for
how
long?
But it took a lot of hard work. It takes networking. It takes sponsorships. It takes a lot of hard work to get there. It's not like you just blink and all of a sudden you're at 35. I mean, it takes a lot of footwork. I mean, when I first started, I had 6 followers. Like, I was just like, oh, well, this is not fun, And I'm just like, okay, I'm going along for the ride. And then a year later, here I am, but like I always say, followers don't mean buyers. You have to have those buyers in there. And a lot of the times the followers don't mean that, So you can have a ton of them. So, yeah.
So guys, we talk about this all the time, Blackbird, is that this podcast is designed to bring information to the community because we're still growing. I'm sure you're not at the peak of where you want to be. I'm sure everyone in the audience is on the upward trajectory. So we're all having a student mentality. We want to learn. So we're going to dig in and find out, as much as you're willing to share about your business. Because I remember when we first started watching you, you know, you've always been very active, right? That's
Yeah.
obviously
Oh,
one
we
of the
saw
key
it. Yeah,
elements.
you were
But
grinding.
literally, it went from active, and then you just kind of took off. So I have to imagine, as much as we are, that the entire chat is, let's dig into some of the details. In other words, if you were sharing this with a brand new, potentially frustrated seller,
Right.
relative to where you were before, kind of give us an idea of where you think you got your foothold and where things
Your
really
biggest
started
return.
going the right direction for you.
Your biggest return on what?
I can't really like pinpoint it, but it was basically, I was behind the camera. I was never in front of the camera. I was always behind the camera in the beginning. And I just didn't feel comfortable in my own skin to be in front of the camera.
Right.
And then I think once I got in front of the camera, that's when I started getting my boom, boom, boom. Let's go, let's go. Hold on a second. Let me freaking turn this thing on silent so it doesn't buzz or whatever it's doing. So yeah, when I first started, I was just like holding the product. I was just, you know, kind of going with the flow. I didn't really get into the whole boom, 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 get it, get it, get it. And I think I'm the only one that does that.
Yeah.
So when I got in front of the camera, yeah. And I've had plenty of people tell me to not say that on stream.
Right.
There's been like one or two people that come on there and say, "Can you please stop saying ooey? That just drives me crazy." Well, if you don't like it, then get out of my stream. That's basically, you know, yeah. So, so I think it was just mainly me getting in front of the camera. Oh, look at that, Mark. He's from me, Mark.
Congrats,
He got the
Mark.
he got the giveaway. Look at that. But yeah, so I think it was just getting in front of the stream and just getting comfortable in my own skin and really connecting with the people and understanding what they were wanting and what they were needing. The only thing that I would tell new sellers is to be comfortable with yourself and like don't feel like you have to be on camera to sell. Do not feel that way, because a lot of people don't like that. They want to be behind the camera. They don't want to be in front of the camera, and that's fine. You know, it was a big help for me to see people on screen. And then I finally said, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And my husband looked at me and was like, "You're going to get in front of the camera?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So I did it. And now I don't go behind the camera at all.
So
I'm always in front of the camera.
do you think things changed? That was like a turning point when you did that and you really started gaining traction?
I think
Or was that
so.
in combination with other stuff?
I think it was mainly like, so when I go on, my husband and my son are my helpers. Like they're the ones that are on the back side of the back of the team or whatever.
Right.
And so they're the ones that when I go on there and I say, if you have any requests, just let us know. You know, we'll see if we have it in house. If we don't, then we'll get it at the next stream. So that has helped me a lot because of the fact that people keep coming back because they know that we're striving to get what they want. And a lot of the people I remember, I'll be like, "Oh, dang, hold on a second. Babe, go get this. This person is always asking for this." And I'll remember their name connected with the product that they're requesting. And there's one guy that comes in there and he goes, "I'm so shocked that you remember what I want," because he doesn't come in often because he works full time.
Right.
But when he does come in, I'm like, "Hey, hold on a second. I got this thing right over here. I know that, you know, you're looking for it." And they love that. They love that I remember their name. Yeah.
That's really connecting. That's really connecting.
People want to feel special.
Yeah.
And that is a talent, by the way, because
Yeah.
there's so much stuff. I always say this, there's so much stuff going on in my brain when I'm running.
Yeah.
To connect a buyer from 2 streams ago, 1 stream ago, like my brain doesn't process that, but that is a major talent. So
it is a talent, and it's actually, it makes sense because I was in the service industry for what, 8-9 years.
Yeah. You love it when people call you by your first name.
Yeah. And like someone walk in, I knew exactly what they're gonna drink, exactly what, and they keep coming back because of that. Yeah,
right.
it's the same concept. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And the other thing that I do is like, so if they come in and they say, "I want this, I want that," we'll we they're in our that's we have a lot of
You're breaking up a little bit.
You're lagging.
You're lagging a little bit.
Yeah. I was hoping that it would
Oh look, it's me.
Are you on now?
We're here. We see like the camera reverse. but it's still kind of breaking up. There we go.
When my husband's on, I think it interferes with me. I think he's trying to see and all that stuff. So I don't know what he's doing. And then my son's over there on her too. So, oh, okay. So if I don't have what they're asking for, I'll just write it down and I'll have a list in front of me. And then if we can find it in the guest room or his office, then definitely go and find item. So come back on the next show and say, hey, did you find so-and-so or whatever? Sometimes we can't find it right away, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's a big thing, getting people what they want. That's what we always say.
Well, that's next level too, because you're talking about a consistent business model where you're recognizing repeat buyers. And again, the awareness is a different level, right?
Yeah.
Most of us are just trying to figure out what to run, when to run, how to run. You're taking it to the next level, which is you have a memory of buyers and what their buying patterns are. And you're basically catering to them, which as a buyer, I love that.
That's a huge deal. It's a very huge deal.
Yeah.
Is that something you've done from the beginning, or is that something you developed over time?
Yeah, that's something we developed over time. I guess we kind of came up with the idea that people were wanting certain items, and we just came up with that because I think the first 6 months, I didn't do that. I didn't say, let us know what you're requesting and blah, blah, blah. I just ran whatever I had and I went with it. And now it's like, whatever they're requesting, I kind of, go out of my way to get that. Oh my God, Big Papa, go sit down somewhere. He says Walter for president. That's my husband. Yes.
Well, so that leads me to another question, which is, that means, if I'm hearing you correctly, that when you source, you're sourcing with specific buyers in mind, which also goes back to your opening statement that followers don't mean buyers. So it's not necessarily large crowds, but it's crowds of people who are basically curated by you to buy certain items that you're actually sourcing for.
Sometimes, I mean, we do buy storage units, and then we also, my husband goes on Whatnot. He goes into certain other aspects, like we go on Marketplace and we'll look and see if we can get something to where we can make money. Obviously you're not going to get something for $50 and start it at $1, and then all of a sudden, it goes for $1. Like that's not something that you're going to look for. So I try to look for things that are in like quantities. And then if I find things in quantities for a little bit less, then I will go ahead and buy that. And then we will give that to those people. But I do dollar starts. And a lot of times I don't sell it for $1. It usually goes for more. So I don't, a lot of people are against dollar starts. I've always done dollar starts. So I've just never gone up. And I've talked to my husband about this. I said, what if we go to $2 or $3? And he's like, no, we'll just leave it where it is. And, I run the show, but he's behind it. So I kind of have to, it's a team effort. So it's a team effort. So I have to go through, say, hey, what do you think about this? And he'll be like, yay or nay. And we'll just go with it. So, yeah.
That's how we are constantly.
Well, part of that is, you're sourcing good stuff. So chances are it's not going to sell for $1.
It's never going to go for $1.
Right. Most of the time we don't sell it for $1. It's more than that. But sometimes it goes for $1, and you just have to be like, well, it is what it is, Yeah.
We cry on the inside.
You hype up the crowd.
You're sitting there in your head, you're going, what in the heck just happened here?
What just happened? Hello.
Yeah.
I know.
That happened to us last night. You run some stuff and you're going, I wish I was on the other end of this dollar sale or this $3 sale, because I'd buy all that stuff. So you just right. So that's amazing.
Speaking of units, I want to talk about that big unit that you bought, sight unseen.
We have not gone.
Story. I mean, this is a good story.
So chat, who was in that? Because we were in that stream.
Oh yeah, I was in it.
Who was in that stream?
I watched it
when Blackbird did the craziest thing that I think we've ever seen. First of all, who was the seller? I don't think I've seen.
Was it?
It was Jimmy 111.
Okay, I said, wasn't it Jimmy? Wasn't somebody Jimmy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of his streams recently.
I haven't seen.
Yeah, right. Jimmy 111. He's only on Saturdays. He doesn't do like any daytime. Like he works full time.
That's probably why.
All right. So who was in the stream?
So did anybody witness that?
Anybody there?
Billy saw it. Yep. Okay.
All right. So we're not going to tell the story. It's obviously your story to tell, Virginia. So, how did you
gosh.
feel comfortable. It was exciting to watch. Don't get me wrong. And I think we might have been inclined to bid.
Oh, we were almost there. We're like,
But
I don't really know what's in it. I can't tell.
How did you get there? First of all, how did you get there, and how did it turn out?
Well, my husband goes on Jimmy 111 a lot, and he sells a lot of in bulk. Like he'll start it at $1, and it's like the whole table. He'll break the table and all that stuff. So that night, he was sitting in the bedroom or something, and I was somewhere else, and I kept hearing, "Oh my God, Blackbird's gonna get it!" I was like, "What the heck is he doing?" And I went in there, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Look at this, look at this." And I'm like, "I'm looking at it. It's up to 9,000. What are you doing?" And he just said, "Well, there's Hot Wheels, there's this, there's that, and like all this stuff." And I was like, he goes, "What do you think I should go up to?" I was like, "You know what? I'm leaving this in your hands because I'm not even talking to you right now." I'm just like, "Whoa," I was so mad. But he said, he got it. I mean, he kept swiping and then he got it. And I was just like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? We're in Texas. Like New York is freaking, it's in New York. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't even know. We haven't gone and picked it up. We haven't looked at it or anything like that. And then Jimmy called him the other day and asked him if he wanted another unit. I was like, no, we're not. No. I'm like, no, we haven't even picked up the first one yet. Like, stop it.
You haven't picked up the stuff yet?
You still haven't picked that one up yet?
What?
Dude, that was like
Nope.
6 months ago.
I know.
So
I know.
Wait. So what are you doing? Are you paying rent on it to hold it there? Is that what you're doing?
Jimmy pays the rent and then we send him the money to pay for the months that it's there.
All right, guys,
we'll go pick it up for you.
For the benefit of the chat, if you weren't there, Jimmy 111?
Jimmy 111.
So
yeah.
Jimmy 111 was in a storage unit at 15 by 10? 10 by 10?
What was it?
10 by 15.
10 by 15, he said.
Okay, that's what it looked like. And I hadn't watched the channel before, and somehow we swiped into this channel, and he is just in the storage unit with someone else going ballistic.
Yeah, about what's in there.
Like, what's in the storage unit? And I think by the time we started watching, it was like $3,000. And I'm going, there ain't no freaking way this dude's going to sell a storage unit live like that.
Sight unseen.
Sight unseen.
Right.
I mean, you can see some
Although most storage units these days are sight unseen.
Yeah, but you can see some of the stuff in the boxes. So for the benefit of that, we're watching this, and I think you came in, as far as we saw, at about 6,000 or 7,000. I don't know if you were swiping from the beginning, but nonetheless, he is hyping this thing up, right? And I'm like, no freaking way.
It was awesome.
Next thing I know, it's north of 10,000, and you guys got a storage unit you haven't freaking picked up yet from 6 months ago. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Live. It was like just live, guys. I haven't seen anything like that since.
No, it was awesome. That actually put you on the map for us. That was like, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it because I was going to ask you, okay, how did you do on it?
I can't believe you
how was it?
Oh my gosh. So we're moving, we're moving, right? We're moving to North Carolina. So yeah, so when we move to North Carolina, which will be in probably 3 to 4 months, we are actually going to go to New York and pick it up. Okay. So it's a long, I mean, you figure moving all those states away, there's so many moving parts that we haven't even sat there and said, okay, we got to go pick up this unit in New York. That's going to take what, 5 days? Because it's like 28 hours up there.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we're just like, you know what? We'll wait until we get to North Carolina, then go pick it up. And it's just, it's a lot, but
it'll definitely
Plus, you have to show up with a vehicle big enough to accommodate a 10 by 15 storage unit. So
right. And we do have box trucks and we have stuff like that.
That's too small because that would be disastrous. So you have to.
If you get way up there, it's
bring it to your house in Texas. If you haven't sold it all, to move it again. So
it
makes sense.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. That's great.
Man, but I was just so ready to say, tell me how much you made on it. Tell me you at least got a double. Tell me. And that's wild.
The good news is you got some stacks sitting in New York waiting for you to make some money. So
that's right.
There you go.
So, that is crazy.
I love it.
But kudos to you.
Yeah.
So let's go back to what you were talking about earlier. The question was, how did you guys grow so fast from kind of right there in that mid-level? And you talked about giveaways and sponsorships. Could you talk a little bit about that for us in the chat? Translate that into like action. If we're looking to grow, if someone's looking to grow, what does that actually mean? If you were giving a class, what would that mean on helping a channel grow their viewership?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of sponsorships. Like if I were to go into, say, Ohio Thrifters or anybody that has a big number of people, like Joe Hollywood or any of those people, when I go into their streams and I do a sponsorship, they're blasting our name, and that's how mainly you get a lot of followers. Now, if you want to go into like Corey Mannix or not B Squared, but what's that? Noah Baller or
Yeah.
you guys or anybody that's
Yeah,
in
Billy
your
Flipper,
category.
whomever. Yeah, Deals with Steals, whomever.
Yeah, if you want to go into anybody that's in your category and do a sponsorship, that's the best way to do it because that is going to bring those people to you.
Right.
If you go into like my husband buys on Kraken Hits a lot, so we do have a lot of Pokemon. We have a lot of product. But I would rather say go into like storage unit finds, go into your category. That way you get those followers for what you sell. Because
Correct.
if you go into, Kraken Hits all the time, or you go into Joe Hollywood, they
You're
sell
gonna get
baseball,
card
sports
people.
cards.
Sports and
You're going to
Pokemon.
get those
Right.
people. Right. You're going to get those people and they're going to say, well, do you have this and this? And no, I don't have that.
Right.
So you've got to make it to where you go into the right categories and just do sponsorships, network. I go into some people's and I say, hello, everyone. I don't even buy anything. And I say, hello. And they're like, oh, Blackbird, make sure you're following Blackbird Collectibles. So it's not all about sponsorships. It's not all about buying something from them and getting a shout out. It's, basically just going in there and saying, hey, how you doing?
You gotta spend time on this app.
Be noticeable.
Spend time on it. That's
Yeah, be noticeable.
Yeah.
So that's basically how, that's basically how we grew. Just going into different sellers and just promoting ourselves and just networking with them and talking with them and getting out there, because if you don't get out there and you don't network and there's another thing that my husband said earlier, you have to get your trust of your customers. If you don't have the trust of your customers, they're not going to go to their friends and say, hey, you need to watch Blackbird Collectibles if you don't have that trust. So get that trust with your customers, and then they'll come and they'll go out there and spread the word, and they'll say, hey, you got to go in here and check them out. They know how to package. They know how to take care of their customers. Let's get it done. Yeah,
all those things.
definitely.
You gotta run this business. You have to run this business. Like,
right.
Once that swiping's done and that's it, that's just the beginning of
Yeah.
your service to your business. That's just the beginning of it.
Guys, B Square Buzzcast, we're interviewing Blackbird Collectibles.
And I think somebody just promoted our show. Thank you so much.
Amazing sellers, meteoric rise. So let's talk about something real quick. So we're talking about all the little elements. So you're right. You don't have to go in and spend a bunch of money because some people don't have that marketing budget. But it does make sense every now and then if you can find a show where there's a fair amount of sellers, you can get in with a $10 or a $15 sponsorship. I mean, a cup of coffee at Starbucks is like $8 now.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's probably no better way to spend $10 from a marketing standpoint.
I was just going to say,
than getting in front of that many people and having a chance for someone to shout out your name.
It's just marketing costs. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. It's just marketing costs.
Yeah, we were just talking about before you got on Blackbird. Last year, we calculated just under $7,200 we gave away in gift cards.
Just the gift cards,
not
buyers.
Which is not anything to brag about. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. But
yeah, that is crazy.
The idea is, how do you convert that? That's where we're at as a business. How do you convert that into marketing effort, not just here's a gift card? Because most of the people that receive that, they'll go to Starbucks, get half of whatever
and never think about us again.
And it's not a marketing piece. It's like,
wow.
We need to convert that to marketing. So that's where we're at as an organization right now. So
yeah, that's kind of the stuff that we're stewing on.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
So
I think every single thing you do as a business owner and as building your business, especially on this, every dime, this is what we've decided, every dime that we spend has to be marketing maximized, no matter what. We just have to strictly figure out what makes sense as a business. And that's what
we owned our own company before we started this whatnot journey. So
I was going to ask you if you were a reseller prior to this, or is this your first time reselling?
This was our first time reselling. Okay. So basically what we had was, I'll give you a little backdrop. I was working in the mortgage industry for like 10 years, got laid off. He got laid off. So we went and talked to a cable company over here, knew nothing about cable, and got a business started doing underground and all the aerial cable. And then that kind of went to the wayside because the cable company that we were working for didn't pay us, wouldn't, there were certain things that were happening that we were like, you know what, we're done.
Right.
So then one of our contractors or employees was on Whatnot, and he went in there and showed my husband, and lo and behold, he was spending a lot of money. And then my husband was sitting there spending a lot of money. So that's how we got the inkling of Whatnot. But Whatnot's going to be big. I mean, because
Oh,
it's just touching the surface right now. So it's going
in
to
its
blow up.
infancy. That's what I keep telling people. This
Yeah.
app is still in its infancy. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to get bigger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you've got other platforms trying to do the same thing. They can't do it the way it's being done here. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone can replicate this.
No, no.
Well, so here's something about that for the benefit of the chat. We talk about this pretty much on every podcast, which is, as you pointed out, it's in its infancy. And I think we still get lost in our day-to-day activity to realize that if you dive in now, a year or 2 years from now, if you're ingrained, if you have a following, you've built a model, you know how to ship all the things, you've marketed, you've done the social aspect.
Right.
Having 200, 300, 400 people in your room will be the norm. Because there's just going to be
Right.
so many
Right.
people that
There'll
are
be so
pushed
more
to the
people on it,
app.
right.
So, but you got to kind of pay your dues right now, and it's tough. Last
Yeah.
night we did a show, and by our standards, it didn't go. I mean, it was okay, but by our standards, it wasn't what we wanted it to be. And at the end of the day, I had a conversation with someone a while back and said, if you're making $300 to $600 an hour for every time you run,
Yeah.
in essence, that's doctor money, that's surgeon money.
Yeah.
You can't lose sight of that, but it is easy to lose sight with all the moving parts that we have to do in this business. You have
Yeah.
a show where you do a couple grand and you go, oh, that sucked. You gotta put that in perspective.
Absolutely.
We're hanging out in our jeans and our shorts and our socks.
And working for 2 hours on a show and making $1,300.
Selling from the house. So all those
Yeah.
things, you have to keep that in perspective, and it has to be in perspective relative to where you're at in the journey.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
it's easy to get lost, though. It's easy to get lost.
It is, especially if you do raid trains. So like we've done raid trains now so many times that we are to the point where if we don't at least see 5,000 on the board when we're done in an hour, we're upset with ourselves. I'm like, are we crazy? Like, what are we saying? Like,
Yeah.
like who makes that much money in one single hour?
Right.
We need to be grateful for what it is this app gives us the ability to do.
And that's it. I mean, to sit at
Grateful
home,
for that,
sit
right?
at home and buy stuff at storage units, sell it from your house or from your warehouse or from wherever you run.
Right.
Ship it from your warehouse, and basically you're able to do that as often as you want. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is
But
crazy.
speaking of raid trains, so talk to us a little bit about it. I know you guys
got some raid
you
trains
guys
that
do
you're doing,
Ricky
so
raid
go ahead and
trains
promote
and
that.
some other stuff. So yeah, tell us about that, because that's a big thing. I talked
Yeah.
to someone, not to interrupt, but there was someone at the storage auction today that I went to live, and it's a local seller, and I was just chatting with him and his wife, and I was like, you guys, they have a good show. I was like, you guys need to get on the raid train. They're like, how do we do that? I was like, I know exactly who to hook you up with, but a lot of people think it's more complicated than it is just to get involved in. The raid train itself can be complicated, but to actually get on one, I don't think is that complicated. So talk about what you do and what you do for the community and
You
new
do a
sellers and
lot.
all
You
that
do a
stuff.
lot
Yeah.
for the community and for new sellers.
Well, I try to, because the reason why I do that is because when I started out, I didn't have friends on the Whatnot community. I knew nobody. So my helping these new sellers come in here, and I don't have any rules on my raid trains. Like a lot of people have rules. Like you have to make this amount, you have to speed, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Right.
Mine is basically sell at your own pace. It's just to get them exposure.
Right.
So what I do is when I go on my shows and I say, I do new seller rate trains. If you're interested, please, message me and I will get you on these new seller rate trains. Due to us moving, I am taking a little break because of everything going on. We're trying to move and everything. But when I get back to it, I'll tell you a little bit about how I get these people. So they message me and they say, hey, I need help. I've got such and such followers. I need to get some kind of gripping on the ground. I mean, or they'll say, I'm too nervous. I'm too this. And I'm like, look, everybody's been there.
Mhm.
Everybody has been there one time or another. When they first started, I still get nervous when I go on my
Weird,
shows.
isn't it?
I
Isn't that
mean,
weird?
I've been
It's
on
like
here
game
over
day.
a year.
It's like game
Every
day.
show, it's like there's this weird feeling you get. And I'm like, why do I feel like this? We've only done how many shows?
Yeah.
100? It's like, why
Right.
is this
I
happening?
know.
It's
I don't
strange.
understand it. Yeah, I don't understand it. But my stomach gets all nervous and I'm like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, I don't
That's just
understand
you.
it. And I'm like when I first did my first Whatnot show, I swear my husband came to me and he said, you're going to be the voice of it. And I was like, whatever. And he's like, no, I'm serious. 5 minutes before I did my show, I did it in my dining room. My first show was in my dining room. I made $34 on my first show. First show, guys, $34. And I was on for, how long were we on? Like an hour or something.
Nice.
And
That's a solid per minute revenue. That is a
I
solid
literally-
per minute revenue.
I didn't know how to run giveaways. I didn't know how to do nothing.
We didn't
And
either.
I
We
literally
didn't either.
felt like I was going to throw up. And he
Yeah.
said, well, you're going on in 5 minutes. I said, no, I'm serious. I'm about to throw up. Well, thank God it was just my kids and a couple of people that I knew. And it grew from there. But man, I still get nervous. It's crazy. Crazy,
It is.
crazy, crazy.
We were like that. Our first show, we thought, okay, well, we're going to use our spare room that we use already for, we have stuff listed on other platforms. We're going to start running up there.
Sweating bullets.
He looked like he was sweating. I'm like,
It was
what the
crazy.
hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, that, you know, for all the nonprofit
We
stuff,
screwed up
we've
Gibby's.
been in front of the camera, we've been in front of TV stations and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
we've given
It was
Oh
sales
my God.
presentations. We're from the corporate world. It doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
do get that little bit of, and in the beginning. But what was great and what was awesome is that we had people in our chat that were helping us and running us through all the stuff we did not know how to do in the beginning.
I didn't have anybody. So I was flying by the seat of my pants, just doing what I should.
$34.
We got lucky.
All right, so chat. So hold on a second, Blackbird. So chat, if you have any questions for Blackbird Collectibles, please let us know right now. In the meantime, you got to let Tony know.
Yes, we got right now Tony with the sponsor Gibby.
We love you, brother.
Get that started.
Guys, if you have any questions, put them in the chat because we want you to ask your questions because I have questions for days. So
two things. Tony's sponsor giveaway is running right now, guys. Go ahead and get in that. That's a $10 Amazon digital gift card. So if you win, if you're the winner, message me with your email or I'll be chasing you down. Please give Tony Suave a follow. Awesome dude. He has some great inventory.
Yeah.
He does a lot of Loungefly and Disney. Great guy. Guys, make sure
I called him Tony Wavy for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah, but it's Tony Wavy.
Oh, they're saying they can't hear us. And
it's Tony Suave.
I want to give a shout out to We Bought It, which is actually our local friend. He boosted our show.
Oh,
thank you so much. We appreciate that. They're in here too, guys. Please give them a follow as well. They're just starting out and brand new.
B. Bella said that she made $15 on her first show.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think actually we didn't do that bad because we just got crazy. We just started selling stacks of comic books.
We came out together. I was like, we're gonna sell something. I want it to be cool.
Didn't we do I think we almost did like $1,200 or something like that.
So we had horror VHS.
Wow.
We had good stuff because we've been resellers, so we knew kind of.
Wow.
We sold uranium glass in our first show.
Yeah, we had VHS, uranium glass.
Yeah.
We had Transformers. Like, this is all the stuff I have accumulated. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It didn't go for shit, but it ended up working okay, relatively speaking. So.
But guys, please get in that Gibby courtesy of Tony Suave and get him.
Thank you, Patsy Fairies.
Very good dude.
It's not Tony Wavy because I called him that forever.
What were we doing? Tony Suave.
Tony
Suave.
All right, so let's see.
Please give him a follow.
Let's go back through.
See if we got any questions in the chat.
Tony Suave said Blackbird helped me with the new owner's raid train, which we know they're really good at that. Luna Loot says she does get nervous when bigger sellers come into your room. We're all just people. We put on our pants.
And we only go on your shows to support you. We're not
doing
anything
if
else.
I show up, I'm hanging out and I'm trying to buy something. So please run something cool.
If we're on your show, we're there to support.
Tara Lynn, thank you for telling us to turn up the volume.
Can you hear us now?
Jay Will, you said you have a question. So certainly shoot it in the chat. Whistling Duck is giving everyone a problem as she normally does.
Okay, good.
Rambling Rose Good says she tries to follow everyone. Everyone give Rambling Rose Goods a follow.
That's another thing, guys. That's another thing that we absolutely. Some sellers do not like it, so do not do it in every show. Do not do it in every show. But for us, we do not mind. Network in our chat.
Network in our show.
Tell us what you got going on.
Yeah.
Network with each other. Follow each other. Do it. Do it in our chat. We do not care.
Yeah, Diaz said he made $5 in his first show. Carrie Nash, thank you for stopping in. Carrie Nash loves cross-stitch kits, in case anyone wants to know. And Jay Will said, at Luna, she's getting nervous for Ray Train. Crafty Fairy says, I don't have a question, but just wanted to say Blackbird Collectibles has helped me so much, and she's so appreciative. You are so sweet, guys.
That's why we wanted to run.
I've talked to a lot of people. I talked to a lot of sellers on the phone that are first-time sellers, and it is awesome to get that connection and be able to help them out.
Yeah, no, that is unmeasurable. That's unmeasurable. We do the same thing. We did that for Finders Keepers. I was like, dude, just text me or just call me. I text them on my phone. It's so much easier for me to walk you through this.
And I do the same thing. I do the same thing that you guys do. I let everybody know if you have a show coming up, blast it on my show. I am good with that. Yeah.
Listen, it's a social platform. Just don't be rude.
Right.
Don't be in the chat. But like you guys have been killing it with Prismatic. Can you send me a couple boxes, please?
Walter, you know you hear us.
Yeah, well, don't pretend like you don't hear what's going on right now. Right,
he just goes like this. He goes, I pay a lot for them.
Yeah.
Well, the point is, like, you said something a second ago, which is, you're to some extent you're curating what you guys are buying for. If there's something we don't have, go see another seller. It's not going to affect our business. And the other seller appreciates it. The buyer appreciates it, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Again, it's never that serious, right? So,
so you're moving. You guys are moving.
Yeah.
So I remember. So it's probably 7 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. You had Corey come, and did you guys end up did you liquidate all that equipment and everything you had already? Like, you still have that you have to do before you move? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have all the cable equipment. But that's all we have left, though.
Okay, good.
So that's all we have left at the warehouse. So nothing else is there, just the equipment.
Okay, awesome.
So Martin Sum said, finally getting close to 4,000 items in the store. Just can't get consistent with running shows. Holy shit, that's a lot of items.
How much?
4,000. Guys, we have like 5. Oh,
I know. I don't. I probably have like 29 or something.
Do you keep a lot of stuff in your buy it?
I don't even think I put her buy it now in this show either. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't put mine in, but I have I think 29 in there. I don't.
Yeah, we lack.
I don't put
little knickknacks. If people want to bloop each other or whatever, we put that in there. But we don't really put much in our. But we do want to get some merch.
I see a lot of sellers now with the blooping thing. I think that's a trend, right?
Well, I think it's algorithm too.
Right, and it's an algorithm thing.
Yeah.
So I would recommend, now this is being somewhat hypocritical because we don't do it, but we want to do it. I would definitely recommend having some low cost items.
Well, I usually do it. Actually, today is the first time I forgot. I usually always have it in this show.
Okay. Well,
there you go.
See, I don't pay attention to this. My job is to go. I'm the hunter gatherer. I don't pay attention to what goes on behind the scenes. That's her job, and she's amazing at it. So,
sometimes.
Now, one piece of advice that I would like to offer is if you have a Ray Train.
Oh no, Tara Lynn. I'm sorry. Tara Lynn said that the blooping is going away in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
All right, guys, take everything I did last 30 seconds. So
just rewind yourself. Rewind yourself.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're running a Ray Train,
never mind.
If you're running a Ray Train and you're giving away a big item, I would definitely recommend not putting stickers in your buy.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Because that gives someone a $1 chance to win a big item, and
unless you don't care. So some people don't care. They get in it.
I mean,
some people don't care. Depends on what your goal is. Depends on what your goal is. Competition wise, you're trying
somebody. What'd that say? I can't read very well with my eyes. That someone's organizing to protest with a bloop train. What the heck? BB. That's her. I don't know.
I don't know. 40 people in my show.
Well, Jay Will, if you send us a money order for $70 made out to Nita, we'll hook you up.
What?
He wants to know how he gets 30 to 40 people, and for $70 plus tax, we will show
Oh my gosh.
him.
We do have another sponsor giving
Jay
that
Will.
we need to run.
Serious talk, Jay Will.
Let's run it right now. I'm going to start that spot. Wait, hold on. That sponsor giving is going, and that is from who? I can't. The name. I keep forgetting the name. There it is. We bought it. We bought it. That's our friends, guys. Please, this courtesy is sponsor giving is courtesy of We Bought It.
Speaking of which,
follow and bookmark their shows.
We have to deliver stuff to them after the show.
Yeah, we're actually meeting with them. We're going to go to Roadhouse and eat and take them their stuff they bought from us last night.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So, mail time, right?
Oh, you want to do mail time?
Yeah. So one of the favorite, so if you guys are just new to the podcast, one of the favorite segments on the show is mail time. And the reason why we started mail time, because, by the way, you guys have supported us from the beginning. You always buy stuff.
Always buy stuff from us, yeah.
So one of the reasons why we started mail time.
You won one time one of our big, like $250 gift cards, remember?
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
We were like, he was like, we never win anything like that. Like, what the heck is going on?
It was so well deserved.
Charismatic Walter.
It was so well deserved because Walter was in the show the night before that.
He's rubbing his eye. He's rubbing his eye like, they're talking to me.
Tear of love.
The reason why we started mail time is because as buyers, one of the, we talk about this in case you guys didn't catch the segments. We always talk about what not for resellers because it's our favorite place to go and see a bunch of people bitching about a bunch of stuff. The number one thing we see on there is shipping. Well, that's one of the number one things that we see. So the reason why we started mail time is we want the audience to see what us as buyers receive in our packages. How are they packaged? What do they look like? And people love it. I guess it is
their favorite segment.
Favorite time, so
they love it. Like they absolutely love it.
So yeah, if you have a couple packages, so we can show the audience what, right?
Well, okay. So this was a new seller that I bought off of. Okay. And like you say, you don't say any names. You just open the package and do that. Okay. So.
And we don't beat up the bad stuff.
That's right.
Right.
It's constructive. It's constructive, and we never tell anyone who their name is.
Okay. We have one, two, three. Okay, we have three.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
We'll turn the camera around. Hold on.
Right,
this magnet is so tight. Oh my gosh.
If you're just joining mail time for the first time, so
you don't saw on the tag.
And team has agreed to open up 3 packages that they've received as a buyer. We keep the name of the seller anonymous, and we highlight the best seller as the highlight seller of the week or the spotlight seller of the week. We will tag them in and let them know that they've done a good job of shipping their own.
This is the only time you'll see my husband on screen. Just letting you know. Say hello.
Walter! Prismatic, man. Prismatic.
This is going to be obvious who this comes from.
Guys, get that givey courtesy of We Bought It, and please give them a follow. If you're not following them, please give them a follow.
Guys, that buy story
and
units, they come
their
across
shows,
crazy
guys.
stuff. They had a crazy stream last time.
All right, so let's see what we got here. All
So
right.
this is going to be
Looks good right off rip. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to know who that one is anyway, but we'll just let it go right now. Okay.
I didn't see anything. We didn't see anything.
Yeah.
And then here's
yeah, you didn't see the name of it.
Here's the
bubble wrap. Okay, I dig it. Oh, look. Hey, Walter. Hey, Walter, can you put that in my box?
Oh my gosh.
To get this prismatic box, I had to buy all this stuff.
Yeah.
So you figured.
I think I know who that is, Walter. I think I know who that is.
You do?
Yeah, I think I might know.
Yeah.
It's packed well, right? Everything came safe.
Oh yeah, packed
I
well.
all the bubble wrap.
Okay.
All right. So that's box number 1. So guys,
right, box number one.
you guys as a chat.
This one's heavy, guys.
This is how we get.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is broken or ripped.
It's
right here. They didn't tape it right there.
You know, so
they take the bottom.
it's
So
heavy.
this is a recycled box, which is okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Pretty much. You need a new knife?
You always retape the bottom of those Amazon boxes. I don't even understand how they get away with those things never opening.
Yeah, good. This is.
Dang.
Now this should have been bubble wrapped.
This should have been bubble wrapped. Okay, look. Okay, guys. If you don't see this, do you see this right here? This is two pocket watches just thrown in here.
Oh, not good. Yeah.
Two pocket watches thrown in there. The box is broken all over there. No bubble wrap, no nothing, just a fuzzy.
This is a $5 Bible, and they packed it like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So that's, oh my God.
All right.
Crazy.
So can we pause there for just a second, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So you may not have seen this. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, we got 5 packages in a row that were very similar. And
Wow.
we don't know who the seller is, and the seller, hopefully they know who they are. But guys, we are buyers on the app. That doesn't make us special, but you have to expect
That's part of the
that you
Bible.
do a better job. I mean, those are pocket watches. I don't know how much they are, and it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
Is it that their boxes that their watches are supposed to come in crunched?
Yeah.
Yep, crushed.
Oh, that's not good.
like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
We gotta do
This is
better.
Yeah.
This is a 200-year-old Bible, and it's damaged.
Yeah,
Damaged
that's
the Bible.
terrible.
Guys, we have to do better than
We gotta
that.
do better.
So.
This is why we do this. This is why we do this on this podcast, because things like that are so important.
Okay.
And that's
Okay, this
a
one was,
beautiful Bible. That's a beautiful Bible.
no, not the name. This one is small. Okay, so it says fragile on it. I don't know what this is. I don't remember
Okay.
what this is. Don't show the name. Go the other way. All right.
We should have a shame bell. Shame.
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 Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be
So that's just that, but it was just in a bubble mailer. Bubble mailer. I don't know if that needs to go into.
Is that
It looks
coins?
like
No, it's not coins. It's like you look through it.
It's a CD
You look through
player.
it. It's kind of like a kaleidoscope looking thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And I think there's a clear winner here, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
go ahead and do it anyway.
I think it goes without saying.
Yeah, let's do the poll.
So now listen, guys, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us, let's just talk buyer to buyer for a second. When that happens to you, okay, let's just go with item number 2. It looked like the Bible was still in pretty good shape, but clearly I would have guessed a little disappointing. How do you guys handle that? What is your next step?
Well, you know,
and let's be honest, guys, because as a seller, you potentially face losing a really good customer.
Yeah, because you guys are really good customers.
right.
So
what I normally do if I get a package that's damaged or any of that nature, this is a new seller. I'll just say that it's a new seller.
yeah.
Okay.
I told this person that I would come in and, you know, help him out.
Yeah.
Okay. And basically, I bought a couple items, obviously, to support him. And I will reach out to this person and say, just a word of advice. You know, I'll go into, hey, you know, I received your package. You know, this is the condition that we received it in. Just a word of advice, and just let them know that when you have stuff like this delivered, it needs to have the correct wrapping. Like if you want to receive it, how you're going to pack it is how you want to receive it, right?
Right.
So we pack ours with bubble wrap, paper, whatever we got. It's not going nowhere in that box.
Right.
Like it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Because you want it received as you would want, you know,
Absolutely.
you would want it packed as you would receive it is what I'm trying to say, you know, 100%.
Yep.
So that is unacceptable, to say the least. So yeah, I'll reach out to this person and just, I'll be very nice I'm very professional about it. I'm not like,
Right.
oh, you know, I don't sit there and boo-boo at them and go all off on them, but you know, I just, you know, let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know, we want to apologize because we know what that feels like. And there's another element to that, right? So first of all, you want to make sure we're doing the best we can. Mistakes happen, but there's a certain level of effort that you have to put in.
There wasn't much effort.
Right.
I mean, and then the other side is, let's be honest, guys, because again, this is about us as a platform learning. There's a lot of people that's never sold before, so
Right.
they don't necessarily know.
They don't know how to ship.
That doesn't make it okay, but
Yeah.
someone to understand. The third thing
Right.
is, I've bought and sold a lot of Bibles.
Encyclopedias.
That thing could be irreplaceable.
Absolutely.
So there's a third element to that, which is you would hate for an 1800s Bible to show up and USPS maybe had a bad day, or
which they always do,
or like they've done with us, they've left it on the front porch, and we live in Florida, and it rains
all the time.
There's so many elements. Like
yeah,
we just as a reference point, we would potentially put that in a poly bag, as well as the wrapping inside of a box.
Yeah.
So we're going to a rainy area or something like that, where because they do it to us all the time. Mm-hmm. So again, not here to beat up on the seller, but you guys see what we see,
right?
And
right.
you know,
right.
The audience can look at that and go,
yep.
"Oh, that's kind of
cool." Well, I mean, a lot of people can sit there and say that it's the USPS, but that has nothing to do with the USPS. That is inside the box, and not caretaker. So a USPS, like if they're throwing a box or something like that, and everything's bubble wrapped and everything's done right inside the box, it shouldn't be damaged. It shouldn't have that,
You should pack. What is
right.
You should pack to where you can stand on the roof and throw it off,
right.
And it lands on the ground and it's still okay. Honestly, they play kickball with it sometimes.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize that the packages go through a huge conveyor process. It's not actual people necessarily, one person handing the pack. It's actually going through conveyor belts and this whole entire process.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Stuff gets kicked around.
Right.
Well, we have a clear winner. We have a clear winner. Yeah, obviously.
It goes with. They actually voted for number
2 people voted for him. They're just trolling.
What
I was like, what? Wait a minute.
What standards do we have, people? What standards do we have? All right, so package number one.
Package number one is the winner. Who is
well, obviously, you know who that was.
Who?
Kraken Hits.
All right,
Kraken Hits. Okay, Kraken Hits.
Guys, so
I mean, because
listen, he deserves it.
Now listen, if you package
that's who he buys. That's who he buys from, and then we buy from, some of the, and those were like just delivered today.
Prismatic.
Those were just delivered today.
Kraken Hits, Prismatic.
I mean, that bike was
you didn't hear that.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. So, guys, let's please.
Can someone please
Can
tag
we
him in the
please tag
chat?
Kraken Hits in the chat?
Kraken Hits.
That Bible, real quick, was 1877 on it.
Oh, it's just a shame. Was it really bad?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Inside. With the movement of the box.
The inside, the binding.
The spline will get.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. So, just real quick, any questions for Blackbird in the chat? Please let us know so we can make sure that they're answering your questions. I want to give a shout out to some people coming in.
Noah Baller.
Noah Baller, appreciate you coming in. Venma, appreciate you coming in. Obscure Oddities. Guys, the people that are coming in this chat are supporters, obviously, of Blackbird and supporters of us. These are all great people. This is an opportunity we talked about before Blackbird, which is now you can get in there and let's do some networking in the chat, right?
Absolutely.
Because these are all, as far as I'm concerned, great people to network with. So
Tony, we appreciate your support, man.
Yeah, we bought it again.
We bought it. We appreciate your support.
And
guys,
all the mods.
We have our stuff. We could do another. You guys want us to do another meal time?
If you guys want us to do a meal time, we can. I know you guys are super busy. You can join us for meal time or not.
Let us know.
That's fine. But yeah, so Jen, I didn't see you earlier. I saw you earlier. I didn't have a chance to say anything. Jen,
yes, we got another guest. All right. We're gonna do it.
So while
you want to hang out with us? You want to hang out with us still while we do the next ones?
You guys got it?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So all right. So I'll let you do this.
Yep.
Well, they're doing the mail time now.
Yeah. So we only have 3. Wait, we have 4 packages, guys. All right.
My husband said one more thing real quick, Nita. He said you have to get the respect of your customers. Once you get that respect of your customers and earn that respect, then you're gonna get the trust from them and everything. So that's what helps you grow too.
Yeah,
is getting that trust.
We talk about that a lot. We talk about retention. That's retention.
Yeah.
And in order to run a sustainable business, you have to retain your buyers. That's how you build. That's how you build your business, and it's so important.
We just strong our people into giving us money, if that's okay.
and they're prismatic.
Whistling Duck said she retains water. Does that count?
Never pay people.
You have a diuretic you can take for that. I don't know if you know that or not.
No.
All right, here we go. So this is box number 1, guys.
But doesn't that typically happen?
Well, you do that when you sponsor.
Over the age of 80, they typically retain water. So whistling, you might want to get that looked at.
I don't know. I can't drink alcohol anymore without retaining water.
Guys,
I'm old.
This is package number 1. package number 1. You see, we kind of cover it up. Okay.
Jay Will, what was your
Oh,
question?
by the way,
We didn't catch it.
real quick, guys, real quick. Public service announcement number 72. Please, on your label, change your name to your business.
To your business name, to your handle.
It helps everything out, and if you end up on the show, it's easier for us to identify you.
We bought it. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for stopping in and for supporting us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see you here in a couple minutes. All right, guys.
Okay.
Package number 1.
This is number 1, guys.
And guys, please, if you have questions in the chat, Whistling Blackbird has graced us with the time and effort to get on here and share their business. If you have any questions, put them in the chat, and we can still kind of do it all at the same time. So, all right, guys. So here we go. Envelope, extra. We love people who put packing paper in.
We recycle all this.
Okay, it's a thank you card.
All right, good. You caught it.
All right, this is all good. We love recycling.
So Jay Will wants to know how to get 30 to 40 people in your room constantly. Okay.
Okay, so
good. Just keep going. Just keep going while we answer the question. They can see.
All right, so more paper.
You know what, Jay Will? You have to be. I think because we go through the same thing. I think on this app. Hold on. I think on this app, I'm going to answer this question real quick while you're doing that. I think it's consistency. I think everybody needs to pick a time in a day that they do their show and do the same thing every week. I think that will help you big time. And that is actually what we ourselves are working on, trying to get a consistent, same schedule so people just know, hey, it's Wednesday night, Bees will be on, and they get in our room. I think that's the key. Personally, that's what I think. What do you think, Blackbird?
I paid $3 for this, by the way.
Well, yeah, if you have the time, like I have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So everybody knows Blackbird's on at that time. Consistency is key. Because if you don't have a consistent rhythm, then people are they're gonna be like, oh, well, she's not on today, and then you're on Saturday, or you're on a day that you're not normally on, they're not gonna come in there. I can tell you that.
Even if it's bookmarks, even because they may be doing something that night that they didn't. Maybe because there may be some people that like you so much that they change their schedule to get in your show. So I think that to stay consistent is key. I really do.
All right, guys, that was package number 1. Everything was individually packed on the inside.
And what was that?
Whistling Duck says, as a woman, rhythm is appreciated.
Hey,
oh my God!
Why do we have you on here? What do you think about thank you cards and stickers? Do you have an opinion on thank you cards and stickers in the package?
Wait, real quick. What was the number 1?
That was just
microscope?
Well, it was a microscope and a bunch of individually packaged.
Okay.
So we put thank you cards or thank you notes and a little gift in all new buyers. Okay.
Yes.
And I think that's a way to get people to come back as well. If you put a little thing in there, not something, big, you're not going to put a $50 item in there, but something that says, thank you for, coming in and hanging out and buying something from us.
Yeah.
And then they tell their friends and it kind of go, that's another way of networking.
What is that?
$100 bills work too.
That's what it look like. You got package on top, paper on top, which is cool. Looks to be a poster tube. All right, and I'm guessing that's an extra because I don't remember buying that. If I did, then that's great.
You wouldn't buy that.
By the way, guys,
that was a gimme, which is very nice.
I don't remember buying 90% of the stuff that we buy. We fight.
This must be a poster.
Every time a package
comes
in.
We can recycle this.
Oh yeah, guys,
we need that.
These are money right here. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, so going back to that first box that you opened, all that padding with the USPS. Yeah, I wouldn't do that in a brown box. You're not supposed to do that, obviously. Yeah.
The rest of them actually have stuff in it. So yeah, that is that could be.
You don't want to do that.
All right, guys.
You're supposed to pack it. I mean, not supposed to, but people that do that, that's kind of like saying that it's not the right way. But they're supposed to pack it with just plain regular envelopes,
not the free stuff from USPS.
Paper and bubble wrap.
Perfect.
Paper and bubble wrap.
Perfect. There's even other stuff. Oh wait. Oh, don't show that.
And whatever that is.
Oh, it might be. Oh, that's so cute. This is a good one. I like this. All right, so this was. Do you want me to put poster?
Yeah, poster, extras, paper on top. I like it. Here we go.
That was number 2, guys.
We only had 4 packages this week, guys. Normally you have a bunch.
Yeah, we slowed down on our buying, actually.
Yeah, because we got a bunch.
We got to get a hold of what we need to sell.
All right, package number 3.
If it's a priority box, yes, Jen, but if it's not a priority box, you cannot use those. You cannot use those USPS mailers. Yeah,
Package number 3.
yeah.
Plenty of guys.
Very good.
We love this paper. I love.
That's what we
this
use
paper.
a lot of that.
All right, so paper there.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Another very
Paper-
well packaged
paper-
package.
Oh, I know who this is. Paper and package.
You do?
Extra bubble wrap. Paper on the bottom.
Yeah,
That's great.
All right,
Okay.
that's a
what I'm
good
talking
one.
about.
That's a
good.
good one.
No, but we don't know what it is. Can you open it up? Because I have no
Yeah,
idea.
what is it?
Well, it's.
He's got to do a poll, right?
Oh,
How are
it's a
you going to
we.
do a
It's a
poll?
we.
It's a we, guys.
That's a we. Yeah.
Okay.
Polls.
So that's item number 3.
Are you gonna do 4?
Yeah, we're gonna do all 4.
Okay.
One more, guys. Since they got us hanging, we might as well just go through and show you everything. Guys, please, questions in the chat for Blackbird. They've taken the time out of their schedule.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
I knew
absolutely.
It would be awesome.
No problem.
All right, guys, bags.
What the heck?
It's a.
Is that trash? No,
I
it's
know about
Walmart
this.
bags.
Yeah,
Jeez.
listen.
Hey, that's recycling. We're all about
Oh,
that.
look, Dungeons and Dragons.
We're all
My
about
son picks up poop. My son picks up poop with Walmart bags, so I'd be like ecstatic. I'd be like, "Oh my
All
god!"
right, guys, look. Paper, extra bags, a gift.
Wow.
Oh, look, it's so cute. I hope this purchase brings sunshine to your life as it did mine.
Aw.
Thank you for your order. That is so cute.
Aw.
All right.
Aw.
I mean,
Very nice. So you see what's happening, though. You see what's happening. The word is getting out. This is what we do.
So we always
And
get
our
packages.
packages are starting to get really special.
All right, guys.
You know what I
So
mean?
this one. So guys, this is a tough one. The first one was the packages with all the extra.
Poster.
Everything was in the USPS bubble mailer, and there was a couple extra bubble mailers in there. The second package was the poster tube with everything that was wrapped individually.
I'm gonna put Funko.
The third package was the Wii that was wrapped in bubble wrap, and the fourth package is
All right.
the wish thing with the pop and the nice note inside.
The voting has started.
So what do we got, guys?
It's tough because they're all really good.
Yeah. So what do we got? Okay, number 2 is off to the races with the poster inside.
Ooh, this could be another.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah. I know
If
who
you only
this
if you
is.
only know what goes on around this house when you guys are not around.
Did you see our pickle? Did you see our pickle?
Did you really actually another woman? Did she see my pickle?
Oh my god.
Idiot. That's our pickle.
Chad, I'm
That's
so
a new
sorry.
buyer
I'm
pickle.
so she doesn't know how to conduct
Jared, put
herself.
us back on.
Chad, she doesn't know how to conduct herself.
He's gonna flip us and put us back on. Oh, how do I set her up?
Damn, dude, we really don't want her to do all that talking.
No, that's fine.
All right, guys. So what do we got? So you saw Blackbird, and now are we there?
Are we where?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. We're
You're
good.
on there. Yeah,
All
you're
right,
good.
we got package number 2, right?
So who's our winner?
All right, it's a tough. Package number 2 is at 44%.
I mean, it's a tight race.
Package number 3 is at 36%. Let's
Yep.
wait for
Did
a couple
everybody
more.
vote?
Everybody
Everybody's
vote,
gotta
guys.
vote.
Remember, this is for the Spotlight Seller of the Week. We want to give them a shout out for doing an excellent job and making sure our packages get to us nice and safe.
Polls
Polls
are
are
closing
closing
soon.
soon.
The polls are closing soon. Get your vote in.
All right, so what do we got, guys?
Get your
42
vote
to 35. Looks like package number 2.
It does. I think that's the winner.
All right, guys,
I think that's
package
the
number 2.
Would everyone agree that's the winner?
Is that it?
I think
Yeah.
I
Well,
think it is. And I think I know who it is.
it sounds staged, but it's not. I promise you. I promise you, guys.
Oh my god.
It's who I think it is, right?
Yeah.
It's
We bought it.
It's We Bought It.
Oh my gosh. Didn't they just have one not
We
too long
Bought
ago?
It is the Spotlight
Guys,
winner.
Oh my God.
we bought it. I
Congratulations.
promise you it's not staged, guys.
We did
That's
not stage
awesome.
that.
I promise you we wouldn't do that. But first of all, guys.
But thank you so much. That was a beautiful package. It was
Guys,
beautiful.
First
Yeah, it was very well done. Very well done.
Very well
Wait,
done.
this is his first time on our podcast. I don't even
Yeah,
think
this
he
is
knew about this.
it's literally
He
his first
did
time on
not
the
know
podcast.
about this, you guys. He did, because we actually just met him. You met him
I've known
at
him,
the store
but
units, right?
we actually just bought from him the first time.
Right.
Like 3 days ago.
Right, but he has not seen our podcast before.
Has not
this
been
is
on
his
the
first
podcast
time, so
before,
he did not know.
Oh, wow.
That was really how they did it, and it was amazing.
And I know them. I've met them before. I haven't talked to them extensively, but I'm guessing that's how they run their business. So, so congratulations to them. And guys, hopefully we learned something today. And I didn't say you, I said we, right? Because at the end of the day, what you guys have done is absolutely amazing. You've taken your time. You give back, you do the new seller raid trains, you obviously support, you bought plenty of stuff from us, and you are what I think the community needs to continue to grow. Because 2 years from now, we're all going to be sitting back and say, remember back in 2025 when we had X amount of sellers? Because there's going to be X amount of buyers in the room. There's going to be a time when there's going to be hundreds of people in everybody's room.
Yeah, because there's so many people that still do not know what this app is.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it. So
well, that's another thing. When you go out in the public and you're sitting there saying, oh, what do you do? And they're like, I do online auction on Whatnot. They're like, what the hell's Whatnot? And I'm like, explaining it to them. And then I download the app for them and everything. I mean, we've had tons of people that have done that. And I think that's a lot of getting our followers too, just going out, in the public. I mean, it's crazy.
We were talking about that because self-promoting, I mean, don't rely on Whatnot to do your promoting. Do you do any social media?
I was just
or
about to
like
ask
that?
you, do you guys do any social media outside of Whatnot?
I do go on Facebook. I do put a lot of stuff on Facebook, the Whatnot and everything. So I'm in all the Whatnot reseller community, all those on the Whatnot Facebook app. So I mean, but as far as Instagram and TikTok, I don't do any of that. I'm not I have it on my phone, but I just don't do any of that.
Time consuming. I try. I've got them up and running, but it's just you're so busy doing other things. I think it's almost, if you can do it, if you can get there, it's just hire somebody to do it. Hire someone to give us some raw footage and let them handle it.
Any Instagram or other social media consultants in the chat. No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Are any of those people that actually do it for a living or do it as a consulting in the chat? Instagram, TikTok,
YouTube especially.
BlackBlock.
I really want to be able
to do anybody in the
YouTube.
chat.
Yeah.
You guys.
No one.
All right, let's see.
No one.
I know.
Shelby, you? Is it you?
Shelby? What the heck?
I do.
Oh my God.
I freaking knew it, dude.
Freaking Tom.
Mind blown. MySpace. Who would have thought? Oh my God.
I mean,
Fiverr.
You didn't hear it from me. But if you bring up MySpace in a conversation from 2025, you have to be at least 80 years old. I'm just saying, you didn't hear it from me, though. You didn't hear it from me, so.
One thing my husband pointed out is you have to have really good mods in your room. When you're doing your show, make sure that you have really good mods. If you have a person in there that is shouting out what you're doing, they're trying to be a mod, put them as a mod. I mean, some people in my stream will go, if I'm showing a Pokemon box or something, they're not even a mod, but they're like prismatic box or whatever. And, I'll mod them. I'll be like, do you mind me modding you? Yeah.
We've got right now on our show
amazing
we've got
mods in here. I mean, amazing.
We've got the mod A team in here right now.
Yeah, guys. I mean,
do you see all of them?
If you look right now, who is in the show on behalf of both Blackbird and ourselves, and they have a mod after their name. First of all, thank you. Number one, because you guys are amazing.
We can't do it without them.
But we
cannot do it without them.
Guys, one of the biggest mistakes that we made, by far, for the first 5 months and the first 8 raid trains,
was me trying to mod and run a show at the same time.
A mod is worth their weight in platinum. And for those people who mod and who are good at it, thank you, because it adds so much value to the show. But they also know when to kick people who are trolling.
Yeah.
That can bring down the chat. When you have someone that's trolling,
someone that's disruptive.
Absolutely. It's not just disruptive to the seller.
Yeah.
It's disruptive to the chat.
Yep.
So, guys.
Well, like Shelby 007, Cat Queen is my mod, Mrs. Big Papa Pump. I have Chuck Marsh. I have a whole bunch of people that can be my mods. And I'll just, Shelby's a really good one. Shelby's 007. She's a really good one.
Vin Mod's another one. Yeah,
you guys are
Best mod.
I mean, just Tara Lynn, always helping. Always.
XYZ. I mean, if I'm forgetting you, it's because I don't remember anything. I don't even remember what I have for breakfast this morning.
Something else that I do too. This is something that I do. I do this. You're not even part of this really.
Yeah,
but,
I'm a hunter gatherer. Remember, I don't do any of this stuff.
We built friendships with like stuff for me and that are just starting out. I actually mod new sellers to maybe gain some followers and stuff by just modding our shows.
Yeah.
I do that too for somebody. So like, I don't know if he's still in here. Diaz is in here. He just started out. Stuff for me. I mod him too.
Yeah, Stuff's been on for a while.
Stuff is an OG of ours. There's Diaz right there. They're new, and I just do it for them so that maybe they'll get some followers out of it.
Yeah, that goes back. We were talking Blackbird a little earlier. That is a way that you can also grab some followers. We were talking about other convention stuff. Is mod for people.
Absolutely, get in there, help out the shows. I help out from time to time if I have time and I'm in someone's show. People will mod me up too, and
I mean, yeah, if I could have changed a way of not selling on Whatnot at the beginning, I would have went in there and modded for a while to gain followers, because I think that helps you. Because like Shelby 007, she's an awesome mod, but she has a lot of followers because she, I'm always mentioning her, and I said, one day when you go to sell, you'll have that following there.
And built-in audience.
Yeah, I didn't have that, so I think I should have done that prior to selling. I should have.
We did. Yeah. I did, shall I say. I did. We actually, I got in there and on the app, and I was very active in meeting friends and stuff like that. I was very social on it, and we actually did not start a show. It was our goal. Not until we reached 2,000 followers. When we got to 2,000, that's when we did our first show. And that's how we had the successful hodgepodge show that we had.
And if I could grab your moment for one more time.
People would jump on and they got like 70 followers, and they're like, how do I keep 30 or 40 people in my room? Well, you got to put in some time. You got to put in some time. You got it, because it's not just going to happen. You got to work at this.
Yeah,
it is
definitely
toughest. I don't care what platform you sold on. Whatnot's the toughest app to sell on.
Absolutely.
Story. I don't care what you sell on. What Poshmark, eBay, Macari, Grail. Toughest by far if you're scaling up. But one more thing before, because I know you guys we so much appreciate your time.
Oh, puppy.
In the beginning, can't get disappointed if you have bad shows.
Right. Keep going.
Right. And I am somewhat being hypocritical because I get disappointed. And sometimes you can tell on camera that the show is going the right way. And this is me raising my hand.
You just feel like you get into this weird, you're off. Like you're not vibing yet.
Right, because I feel like we do a good enough job where I feel like the audience should be with us. And sometimes they're just in a different spot. And one of the topics that I didn't cover earlier before you got on is running a show on a Wednesday a bad idea? Is running a show at the end of the month a bad idea?
Oh, that's true.
Do you have, before you go, or spend as much time as you want, but do you have any feedback on that? Time of the month or time of the week?
Like what shows are
better than another?
I think it's going to be the beginning of the month and then the middle of the month, because a lot of people get paid on the 1st and the 15th. I've noticed an influx of people not being in my show on certain days that are not pay weeks or whatever. So you have to kind of gauge that. And so, yeah, that would be like the 1st and the 15th or somewhere in there would be probably the best. And then I don't think it matters.
Cyclical element to it, for sure.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. Yeah.
Because I'll have like 90 to 100 in my room if it's a payday. And then if it's not a payday, I might have 40 to 50 in there, just ranging on, and it's like, and I keep looking at the number and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Where's everybody at? In my mind, I'm not saying that out loud.
They're waiting for that money to come in.
Yeah, I'm like, where are they at? Come on, people. I need to sell some crap. I need to sell some stuff, not the crap, stuff. Because one man's junk is another man's treasure. So everybody's in there. There's a buyer for everything.
Never been more true than on the what.
Yeah, that's right. The things I see buy, I'm like, oh my God, I would throw that away.
I sell things. I start at $1, and if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever. It's not a big deal to me. It's not like if it goes for $1, I can't sit there and be like, oh my gosh, that's just not me. And I see a lot of people doing that on there, and it bothers me when they say it. It's like, dang, that was a, a steal, or that was, you, whatever. And I don't like that, but it's who I am,
Yeah.
I just say good grab and move on. So
Yeah, we really don't dwell on that. Really, we just kind of we'll be taken aback. We're like, what are you guys doing? Like last night when you sold the $70 Battlestar Galactica things, and it went for $4. He was like, all right, stop, everybody, stop.
I was like, guys, like I like you.
What are you guys doing? I'm telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
Going on?
So.
But
we do it in jest.
Yeah.
We do it.
I mean, if you do like, if you say something like the MSRP on this is $90,
right?
That's different. That's different. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it goes for $1 and you expect it to go for something else, don't put it like there's a lot of new sellers that do this. I'm not saying the big sellers do this. The big sellers let it go, right?
Right.
The new sellers that are coming in here that are, trying to start their business, they're putting it up there for $1. If it goes for $1, don't get mad at the buyers. Do not do that. Because
start at $1.
Right. And on my raid trains, I tell them, if you don't want $1 for it, don't start it at $1.
Right.
Get all your dollar items in there and then start it at $1. If you want $5 or $10, then start it at that amount. But they can't get mad. And there's a lot of people that are new sellers that get mad. They get upset, and you can tell on screen.
Yeah.
I've had migraines going into my show. And I'm still boom, 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 get it.
Right.
Let's go.
You would never know. You would never know. You would never know. I'm serious.
Some of this sounds redundant, but I don't think, as a seller, because listen.
That's why we started to do this podcast. Yeah, it's just to have these conversations.
We talked about still getting butterflies. So this stuff never gets old, right?
No, it doesn't.
It's like game day. When I play football every Friday, every Saturday, doesn't matter. It's game day.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get the butterflies.
The comfort.
Everybody has to pay their dues on this app.
That's right.
Okay, so I don't care where you come from or what your experience is. In the beginning, you are going to have to buy friends. Buying friends means you're going to sell stuff at a price that you're probably not cool with. But that is the rite of passage on Whatnot, guys.
Yeah.
Period, end of story. If you go back and look at the stuff that we sold out of our personal collection to get to 1,000 sales,
all your cards?
Holy shit. Like, what stupid idea did you come up with to sell graded 86 Jordans?
Oh my God.
It's like,
a couple bucks.
It's just what we did. But I say all that
we were buying friends. I mean,
I say all that to say is that just, understand that's the rite of passage,
and
guys.
Everyone goes through it.
Go out and find some good stuff.
Well, wait, I have to stop you. The power in that and the safety net in that is how you source.
It's how you source.
You must source low.
But even if you do source low,
you find some comfort. You're not mad at something that let's just like buying a storage unit.
Yeah, if you got $20 into something you sell for $21, that's bad. If you got $20 into something you sell for $15, that's bad. If you have $2 into something you sell for $7, that's worth $50.
Yeah.
That's the price you pay.
Yeah.
Until you get to the point where
the power in this game is sourcing. So. That's the power in this game. Question.
So guys, hopefully, through sellers like Blackbird that comes on and shares their wisdom and their experience and their successes, and us trying to, integrate things that are working for us, you guys are getting things that are going to help grow your business. Because this is important, guys. The shipping, the sourcing, the social media, guys. There's a lot to make
the mental aspect of it.
There's a lot to make this carousel.
Oh, definitely.
And that's why we started doing this podcast, is that to just have these conversations, and because we're all living it. We are all living it, and other people have found ways that maybe some other people have not, and just to be able to have those conversations, funny stories, laugh. And drop those nuggets of knowledge.
Realize that we're all screwing up.
This is what we need to do. We're not just going to be another seller Q&A. We're going to do it like this. We're going to bring people on and get fresh stories and see how everyone's doing.
So final thoughts.
I would love.
You.
Oh yeah, absolutely appreciate it.
I know that you said it last week and a couple times on your podcast, but you would like to have buyers in there, and I would love for a buyer to be on this podcast and say what they like about the app, what they don't like about the app.
Do it. Milkman,
all that.
He's right in there.
Yeah, we got one of our OGs. We got one of our OGs that's been with us
Okay.
At the beginning. In fact, you would have asked someone that's seen us run crazy stuff that most people go, "What the shit are you doing?" Milkman is the
He can
person
tell
that
you.
knows. So, but yeah, we're
I run
excited
some crazy
because
stuff too, but I don't
we
even
do
know.
need a buyer's perspective. We do need a buyer's perspective because the
Yeah.
question is, how do we do what we're doing better? So,
Right.
thank you guys. But final words of wisdom to the audience. Final words of wisdom to the audience from you guys and your ability to do what you've done in the last year or so.
Well, consistency. And if you're a new seller, just be yourself. Don't try and be somebody that you're not. I mean, get on that screen and just sell your heart out and do your best. And don't sit there and try and be somebody that, people expect you to be. Like, I am the same as I am out there. When I'm doing boom, 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 I'm cracking everybody up. I'm doing everything. I'm laughing in here all the time at myself, and I don't even know why sometimes. But, and
That's us.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, but you just have to be yourself. I mean, and the other thing I can think of is like for all the big sellers out there, help these newer sellers because
Yes.
we were all there before. We were all there once and we struggled to get where we're at now. And it took long perseverance. It took consistency. It took reaching out to people. Now I know a whole bunch of people on this app and I reach out to them all the time. If I have and I'm still learning.
Oh,
Just because I've
absolutely.
been on here a year doesn't mean I know everything.
Nope.
And all of us are equal. All you new sellers, all us, seasoned sellers, as you will,
Same thing.
we're all doing the same thing. We're all working. If we're trying to do this app to not have a full-time job, this is a full-time job. But what I'm saying is if you're working a 40-hour week and then you're coming and you're doing whatnot, you're doing two jobs,
You are.
basically.
You
So
are.
we just all need to be together and just come together as a family and earn that trust from everybody and the customers and the buyers and everything.
And
I
have some
mean,
grace with each other.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
some grace with each other.
It's never that serious, guys. It's
Yeah,
never that
I
serious.
mean,
Yeah.
for everyone, every interaction, just have some grace with each other and just try to be more self-aware, of things when you're in chats and stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of it
And
that
come up with some cool stuff that we can buy because we like
Yeah.
buying cool stuff so we can make money. That's just a side.
And always pay attention to your chat and always put a giveaway up when you get rated. Those are the two things that I always want to say to people.
And run
Those
something
two
fire.
right there.
And run
Yeah.
something fire immediately.
Yes.
But it's funny.
I've rated a couple, it was probably about 3 weeks ago. I rated it into a new seller. I had 120 people in my room. This lady had 4. I go in there. Oh, I got rated. Oh. And she just kept, I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing here?
Well, you know what
And
that
I'm like,
is? You know what that is? That's a result of someone not spending time on the app and starting
Yeah.
to sell first. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Because if you spent any time on this app,
You know,
you would
that's
see
etiquette.
and
That's
know,
that's rate
and you
etiquette.
would know what you got to do as soon as you get rated to
Right.
capture
Yeah.
those buyers.
Right.
So that's what that is. A result of just saying, I'm going to sell on here.
Yeah.
It's not
And
easy. Spend some time
it
on
went,
the app.
it went down fast. It went down
I'm
fast.
sure it did.
Yeah. It was really bad.
I don't think we got a big raid in the beginning from anybody like that.
Not really.
But you have to act excited. You can't, like, it was just the way that she was acting. It wasn't like she even got, like,
ladies, don't you even know what this is?
I just dropped
I don't even,
120 buyers in your storefront.
I mean, I don't care. I don't even care. I don't even care if she put a giveaway up. It was just like, oh, I
Right.
got rated. Oh, she put the item up and she goes, it's running. Dude, what are you doing? Oh my God, I was screaming at the phone so hard I could not even stop. I was just like, oh my God, it was so bad. What did you say?
Your entire team is amazing.
Yeah.
And it does
You guys are so awesome.
I was going to say something earlier in closing, guys. If you're not good, I'm not good at the social aspect. I could be if I wanted to, but I prefer to go out.
Well, he's not a typer.
I prefer to go out and do the
He's a
other
hunter
stuff.
pecker.
Yeah, guys, divvy up the workload in your respective relationships.
Who's stronger in doing
Somebody
what?
has to be responsible for the social media aspect, because without that, it's going to be a slow road to growth.
Right.
You got to do it. You got to be in the rooms. You got to be. She's a social butterfly. She always has. I'm not antisocial, but she'll meet a friend in 2 seconds. Whereas
I don't need strangers.
I don't want to be talking to a whole bunch of
That's
people.
me, girl.
Yeah.
That's me. And my husband's your husband. He's very antisocial.
Right, exactly. And I have to pull him out of, but I'll be standing in the line at a grocery store and someone will tell me their whole life story.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh
They
my
will
God.
tell me that I don't know what it is, but they'll just look at me and they'll be like, well, yeah, you know, my mom. And I was like, okay. So, all right, I'm in. Let's go.
So,
I don't know what it is.
you got to have a division of labor for the workload, because you can't be, in our opinion, you can't be one-sided. You can't have stuff without the social side. You can't have social side without the great stuff. All that stuff mixed in the pot creates a pretty good stew. So
yeah, absolutely.
Ben Mod said he got his PhD in BS.
yeah,
I love it.
I'm working on.
Ben Mod, you're so amazing.
I'm
too.
working on my master's right now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But we love you guys. We love you.
Get in
Your
that
team's
Gibby.
amazing.
Oh wait, the Gibby already ran. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do one more before we go. Guys, get in that Gibby. We appreciate you coming in.
Amazing, and the fact that you've taken the time
Get
to
in that
share
Gibby.
with us and the audience what's gotten you, to that trajectory that you guys are on, just speaks to what you guys have done for the community, and we really appreciate it. So
yeah, we
thank you so much for having me too.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's really cool, really cool.
And I hope you're.
But you know, you got to give us the signature woo-wee before you go.
Woo-wee.
How do I do it? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo-wee. Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, get in that Gibby. Last one before we raid somebody.
Last Gibby before we raid.
Yep.
Next week, I'm not sure we have going next week, but sellers.
Yeah, okay, so because I'm going away from the 14th, 15th, from the 15th to, so I'm missing 2 Thursdays.
But that's not next week, is it?
No, not next week. It's the one after. I think we're going to have I Love discounts on. And that's another thing that we want to do. Not only do we want to bring people on, we want to bring people on from other categories.
Yeah.
We want to reach out.
From all stages.
From
brand
all
new
stages,
seller,
all categories.
Moderate, large.
Really keep it fresh.
We need everyone perspective, because we want to know when we got on the app, when we had to, we actually had to do a video of all of our inventory.
We did, yeah.
In the very
beginning.
Oh, wow.
That's like 2.5 years ago. We were approved 1.5 years before we started selling. And we had to go to our storage unit where we
Not
all of our inventory, not just
prior years.
we had to do a 3-minute video of a 50-foot unit full of inventory twice before we got approved. So what we went through 2.5 years ago, or whatever it is now, compared to what new sellers, we want people who are fresh on the app. We want to hear what the perspective is. We want to say, we want to hear, hey, you just got approved. What are you not getting from the onboarding process? Is it the shipping? Is it blah, blah? So that way, new sellers are hearing new seller challenges.
Yeah.
So we're very much interested in every stage of the process, getting people.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested, if you're a buyer, anything, buyer, seller.
Yeah, send us a DM.
Send us a DM. Let us know. We've got a long list. It's not here. We've got a long list of people we're bringing in. And we're going to mix it up too. We're going to try to bring in smaller seller, larger seller, just to kind of keep it fresh. Because I think it's really helpful and it's fun. We do need buyers. Guys, we need buyers. Please, let us know. And it's fun. It's super fun. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we love you guys. You guys are amazing.
My eyes, I can't see. I don't know. It's weird. It's all blurry right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to pull the Gibby.
All right, pull the Gibby, 10
guys. We're going to rate somebody, guys. Get in that Gibby. We get 10 more seconds.
Let's park our show tomorrow at 10.
Yeah, tell us real quick.
What you got
tell
going
us what you got going on.
Well, tomorrow we do our normal show at 10 o'clock, and we are going to have a bunch of stuff. We got a load of stuff out there. And we're moving, so the new seller rate train is going to be on pause, but I will get back to everybody on that when we start that back up, once we get settled and stuff. So it will be a good one.
Awesome. We'll see you there. We'll probably be there.
Oh my God. My husband just said he might auction off a whole storage unit.
Let me guess. It's in New York.
Is it New York?
Is it New York?
Is it in New York?
I might be interested.
We might be bidding on that.
Yeah.
It's here. Which one are you thinking?
Mine up. It's not tomorrow. We're gonna have to.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I don't know what they're freaking talking about. So I'm in the
shows.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, and please follow them if you have not already.
Yeah,
As well as our spotlight sellers and our sponsors in the show, guys. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. The mods, we love you all.
We love
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys.
Thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
night.
We love you so much.
Your team is
Thank
amazing.
you.
Thank you so much. And
All right, who are we gonna raid?
Let's see who we're gonna raid, guys.
Let's see.
Wait, who won the Gibby?
Oh, she's
Jay
not on here.
Jay
Will.
Will.
Look at Gibby.
There you go, Jay Will. Now you
Let's
only
see
owe me
who's on.
$65 or whatever it is because.
Oh, find your keepers. Oh, there's Philly. Let's look up Philly. Let's go see Philly. Philly.
Yeah, let's go see Philly.
Guys, we love you.
All right.
We love
Great
you guys.
job.
Appreciate
Thank you so much for taking your time and energy.
Why didn't you do it?
No problem.
I think you gotta do
Thank you
it.
for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hope your
Love
eye
you.
feels better. Hope your eye feels better.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's see. Hold on. I couldn't do it from my computer. They're making me do it here. Here we go.
Well, I can get, oh, no, I can't get out of there. You got to get me out of there.
Bumblebee,
Give me
Bumblebee's
the
in the
hole.
chat.
Love you guys.
Bumblebee's in the chat, guys.
Happy selling.
Bye.